Hello and welcome back to Good Brews, Bad Views. I'm your host, Max. As always, joined by my co-hosts, Ryan.
Hello.
And James.
Hi.
And we have a very special guest today. We have our friend, Jess.
Hello.
Hi, Jess.
So this is actually Good Brews, Bad Views' 10th episode,
Woo-hoo.
which is, I guess, more than we originally anticipated we would get to.
Feels good.
Congratulations.
Good.
Oh, thank you. So, friend of the show, Jess, as we ask all of our other guests, what is the first movie you can remember seeing in theaters, and what is the first bad movie you can remember ever seeing?
The first movie that I remember seeing in theaters is The Lion King.
Yes.
Excellent. Probably
use.
one of the greatest movies ever made.
Obviously.
I saw it at like the theater that used to live at the mall.
Oh, okay.
It was like raining really hard, and you could hear the rain, and it was really cool.
You can tell it made an impact. She remembers everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
There
went
are
to
few-
Ruby Tuesday after.
There are a few movies I can remember the weather conditions about.
You know what else made an impact?
What?
Mufasa getting run over by all those wildebeests.
Too soon.
Yeah.
That will always be too soon. You're
Yep.
banned.
Yep.
No more podcasting for you.
Yep.
And then the first like truly bad movie that I remember seeing and being like, was Encino Man.
Oh my God. That might actually be on the list.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it
like,
is.
It isn't now.
looking back on it, it's actually very enjoyable. In like it's
yeah.
so bad that it's good type.
Right.
Okay.
It's better
But
than
it was the
Biodome.
first movie that I think I like remember watching it being like, ooh, they shouldn't have done any.
We's in the juice.
It's all bad. But Biodome is a legitimately good Polytron movie. Like legitimately good.
Wow. I haven't seen that one.
I would highly recommend it to anyone.
Well, okay. I'll
You've
have to
never
check
seen
that out.
Biodome?
I haven't.
It's a classic.
I still have both my eyes, don't I?
I remember seeing Biodome frequently on the shelves of the Blockbuster by our house before it closed.
Oh my god, Blockbuster.
4 out of 40 for Blockbuster.
Random backstory tidbit of trivia for Ryan related to the Lion King. I love the soundtrack to that movie so much. I had it on cassette, right? Everybody does. But I didn't have a cassette player. All I had was the Robot 2XL. Does
oh my
anyone
god,
remember
I
2XL?
had that.
So I listened to the Lion King soundtrack via 2XL for like
I feel like
every
I had
night
that exact experience.
when I was that age. It was a wonderful thing.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. All right. End of story.
All right, so for this week's movie, we have the 2004... I'm not going to even try to say classic. I'm trying to think of a good descriptor. Van Helsing, starring one Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching along, we have the movie paused right now with the Universal logo just about center. The V's over the Yucatan Peninsula, just after it turned black and white. So hit play on your recorders, or excuse me, players now.
Your XLs right now.
Everyone hit play on your 2XL.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, if you still actually have a 2XL, we should be friends. Call me.
Yep. Epic instrumental
Epic
music.
instrumental music. Oh,
So,
Rams!
I'm not going to lie. I rented this movie, and for the first 30 seconds, I was like, did I just spend $4 on the wrong Van Helsing?
I had the same reaction.
I really do appreciate how this beginning is in black and white.
Yeah, it's a
And
it's
I
very-
kind of want to see this movie entirely in black and
Want
white.
to Mad Max it?
Yeah, I want to shiny black and chrome this movie. But so this is obviously done to, be the Universal horror movies from like the 30s and 40s or whatever. Did you guys watch a lot of those when you were younger or growing up?
not when I was younger, but when I was older.
When
And
I
then
was-
like, oh yes.
Right. When I was very young, I watched a lot of them, but honestly, I don't remember most.
Okay.
It's like these things are such a part of like popular culture, though. You don't really need to have seen them to like understand the references.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
the
I don't
ubiquity
think
of-
I've ever actually seen the original Dracula.
Bela Lugosi references, obviously, and
Yeah.
influences. Okay, so this is a little, being the movie nerd that I am, it's a little embarrassing that the first time I saw this movie, I was 100% convinced that actor was Kevin Spacey the entire time.
He has a similar shaped face.
Yeah.
The
Nose, too.
unless you rented it or get the same little track here that we have, both times that it's popped up, there's a little square piece there that says pants. Because he's panting when he's running, but each time I read it, that his pants are the ones
It's the
speaking.
sound that pants make.
I do like how the scene is kind of set up with Dracula just like randomly moving across the room.
I honestly, I can think of few things that I hate more than this Dracula.
I was about to
He's
say that I
the
kind of
worst.
liked the way that he was like shaking. But
Everything about him I just like. His terrible. Everyone in this movie has a terrible accent.
well, that's just like standard fantasy like movie accent.
Right.
Like, why does everyone have to have a British accent?
Right.
Like in Prince of Persia, they all have British accents.
But
Blows my mind.
I don't know. I just don't like his performance. He's never intimidating.
No.
He's kind of cute though.
Yeah, definitely. He's adorable. He's an adorable Dracula.
Yeah.
He's a sweet man.
His wig is just atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's wig in this movie is atrocious, except for the guy who's playing that gravekeeper.
Chet Wigman?
Sure. Yeah, that's a name.
Really?
I like when the Dracula gets sarcastic. He's like, "Well, I don't need Dracula."
He does have a line later on that it's kind of meta, and I thought was pretty funny.
That's my baby.
My baby. Dracula took my baby. Yeah, so this is actually a fairly lengthy opening to, I guess, what is a fairly long movie. But,
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
yeah.
Here's Igor.
And again, I forget the actor's name, but that's the guy who plays Pantucci in Deep Rising.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's
He
only-
doesn't really much have a hump. It's more of just like a slightly raised right shoulder.
Yeah.
Like,
He-
why?
Oh, that's cool.
He plied into the sword.
He's a vampire.
I suppose if one could play into swords,
I would do that
I would-
every day.
yeah.
Sword playing.
Jess, I would say you are the resident vampire expert in the room
I've
right now.
been going through a vampire phase.
Okay, yeah.
It's bad. I found all my old Anne Rice books
Mm.
and
I've heard really good things about Anne Rice's work. I've never
the
actually read
Vampire
any.
Chronicles are very good, especially Blood and Gold, which is like the 5th or 6th book. It's about this like Roman guy who gets kidnapped by the Celts and like turned into a vampire.
This is awesome.
It's great.
I love how that's shot.
Yeah, that was
Sweet
sorry to
as hell.
interrupt your story about
Yeah.
Anne
No,
Rice
it's okay.
novels, but that was
We're
I
not
do
here to
like
talk
that
about
shot.
Anne Rice.
Right, that's a different podcast. Ominous instrumental
I'm
music.
sad this isn't epic.
Yeah.
Igor really does betray him for just like no reason there.
Right.
Yeah,
He pays
he's
me.
being
Bad guy.
paid more.
Which is terrible reason. Because he seems to care for him right there.
Right. I like the creature design for the most part in this movie a lot.
I like everything about the creature except for his steampunk leg.
I was gonna say that's one of the things I think is
I need to
cool.
get a better look at him because
That was cool too.
you guys have all watched this movie like in the last couple days,
Right.
but I have not seen this movie since I was 14 years of age. So
All right. So I lied. Not everything he does in this movie is stupid. When he extinguishes himself, then that's a cool little like flick of the jacket, and he extinguishes all the fire
that's
on him.
neat
That's
too.
pretty
He
sweet.
just turned into a horrible
Yeah.
demon.
That's cool,
Yeah.
but that's one of the instances where this movie falls apart effects wise because it looks so bad.
It looks
I-
cool.
the effects,
when it
like,
came
the
out.
shadow-
It's like
When
Clash
you
of the
saw-
Titans bad.
When you saw
Ooh.
his face rebuild, I believe that looks much better because it's in black and white.
Yeah, no, I
You
agree
can't-
with
you
that.
Oh, agreed.
There's no distinction of like the different levels of the muscles and the
Right.
Yeah,
such,
I think
so-
you're right though. This movie would probably like hold up a little better if the entire thing was in black and white.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
The only thing about it in black and white is that Dracula, who already looks ridiculous throughout the color portion of the movie, looks like a telenovela star in black and white.
Yeah. So right there we saw
Mucho
all
gusto.
of the absinthe gone up, and so ends Good Bruises Bad Views' spin-off of awesome absinthe and atrocious artwork.
Alliteration.
Boo.
I
Man.
appreciate that. I appreciate that gag.
Thank you.
See, the real mystery here is the implication is everybody has super great eyesight and can see this hideous thing from 400 feet away in the fire.
That's pretty common. That's a pretty common trope,
Right.
but it still is bad.
I
So-
love the operatic, just overly hammy voice of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
Dracula.
So if it weren't for the subtitles, like I wouldn't have known what the creature was
Baby,
saying
don't
there. I
hurt
thought it was
me.
just like, "Meow."
Right.
Me too, though.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that a lot of these peasants brought shovels.
Yes.
Just in case.
So I see a
You
lot
gotta
of
bury
torches,
things.
but I don't. I assume there were pitchforks. There had to be pitchforks.
A lot of shovels.
Yeah, there are pitchforks.
Somewhere Don Quixote is really upset.
Wah, wah. Faza?
Oh.
Sorry, your Farger?
That's
Yeah.
sad.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so here ends everything I remember about Van Helsing.
Bye, Frankenstein.
Like, I thought this was the end of the movie. Does it happen again?
So,
That's kind of how the
do
original
they burn more
Frankenstein.
windmills?
That's kind of how the original Frankenstein does end.
Right,
with the
right.
yeah.
little flap
Oh,
thing.
look at the brides. Look at them acting.
I've noticed that if you're a bride of Frankenstein, that's the thing. Sorrow means you have to dance interpretively the whole time
Which
you're
is
sad.
so cool. It's so cool.
I have the opposite reaction.
They
to
just feel so much.
that. I have so many feels. I just gotta dance.
They just gotta, like, shake it out.
Right. Gotta dance out my feels.
Yeah.
Have you seen a dude in a hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wanted poster there.
He has a custom hat.
I just can't get my nose right. Tangled. Watch it.
Yes.
So here we have the acoustic guitar theme for Adventure with a capital A.
I do love that the Eiffel Tower is under construction in the background right there.
Okay, yeah.
That's cute. That's purple. It's very purple.
Grape flavored.
So obviously this is Van Helsing, and
I don't know, man. It's a guy in a hat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. So originally, Van Helsing was like the medical doctor from the Dracula books, or
But now
about
he's,
book movies.
like,
But now he's a bloodborne protagonist.
Yeah.
Right. Very much so.
So I'm trying to figure out like where that happened, or when
Only
that
monsters
happened.
eat this beef jerky or whatever I just found.
Yeah. I think throughout popular culture, he's become less of a doctor and more of a vampire hunter.
Yeah,
But they obviously take it very much
to the
over the
extreme,
top here. I hope this is not the first and only appearance of Dr.
I
Jekyll
remember this too.
for our podcast
It's all
because
coming
I am
rushing back.
I'm hoping for the other movie. I'll
You'll
just
need to
leave
be
that
more
tease.
specific, but sure.
I'm getting the shake from Ryan, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'm picking up what you're laying. I'm smelling what you're stepping in, man.
That's the better analogy in that case.
I honestly, I really like the character design for
Hyde.
yeah.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Yeah, he looks cool.
his CGI ages pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's
because
rendered-
there's also not a lot of lighting in this.
yes, that yeah, right. the scene benefits from a lack of lighting. But he's rendered really well. He doesn't look ridiculous, but he's also animated really well for the most part. He's a little overly jiggly at times, but yeah, I like the design a lot.
The decision to make him ape-like is interesting.
Yeah. So usually it's
You can tell they really, really, really wanted Andre the Giant to exist for this. Like, they just wanted him to be Andre the
Just a
Giant.
mountain of peanuts at the top of this thing.
But it was too late at this point.
oh yeah
He already didn't exist.
yeah
And
by
that's very sad.
15 some years.
It's a tragedy.
Friend of the show, Steve Cuff, could probably give you the exact date.
Yeah. The hat gag is something I really like that they keep up through the whole movie too.
And
It is-
it's-
Yeah,
It's interesting. I remember really wanting to play the Van Helsing PlayStation 2 game
There was
Yeah,
a
there
video
was.
game of
because
this?
it was
There
supposed
was.
to be not terrible, which was surprising. And
Yeah.
but what I do remember is if you managed to have your hat, keep your hat through the entire level, you got a bonus. Yeah, I read that
That's
somewhere.
appropriate.
On the internet,
That's
so it's
cute. I
true.
like that. I think I only ever played...
This isn't Underworld, I promise.
It's
Yeah.
totally Underworld. It all blends together. Get him!
All I can think of is Donkey Kong from this.
Oh, there's a bell. He hates it.
Similar
I do
reaction
like
to
I do like the subtle nods to Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like I feel like they kind of wanted to weave that in, but they couldn't work it in or get another character in.
The Hunchback's a good guy. So
Yeah,
it'd be
but
kind of weird to
he's-
have Van Helsing decide to murder him.
Well, that's the
I
whole
like that.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is awesome.
That was a
instead.
great misdirection.
That's completely
Yeah.
awesome.
Hat first, cut later.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
he's still in the bell. That was
That's
pretty
like
cool.
a double hat thing because the bell's a hat.
Oh yeah. Two hats.
Yep.
More
One hat,
hats.
2 hats.
One man.
But no,
two
going
hats.
back, like I can't remember like a Hyde that's supposed to be like, or that's been portrayed as this massive in comparison to Dr. Jekyll. So and like just
Yeah, he's Hulk too.
the one in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is. Nah,
oh
Did you see
oh
that?
god,
Did
I
you see
forgot.
that big butt?
Yeah, I did see that big butt, but I was actively trying to blot that movie out from my memory, even though I know it's on our list. Of
What
things
a
we need to do at
hideous
some point.
abomination of cinema, and I can't
I'm
wait
sorry,
to do
which
it.
one?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. The movie
Really,
that
it's not good.
oh no,
my
its movie
God.
is so bad it got Sean Connery to stop acting.
It was his last goddamn movie, and it was
So I was
bad.
watching Queen of the Damned last night.
That sucks.
It does suck. And I found out Stuart Townsend, the only other thing that he's in is League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He's the
Oh,
guy who
yeah.
plays Lestat in the movie.
Oh,
And-
yeah, okay, yeah.
And he was
plays
pretty
Tom
good.
Sawyer.
He was pretty good.
He plays a good vampire.
And I also found out, because I was on Wikipedia late, that he was originally hired to be Aragorn.
Really?
The guy who plays Dorian Gray in League of
Really?
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh.
But they, had him work for the movie for, 3 months and, trained to be in it, and then they, replaced him with Viggo Mortensen at the last second. Which
Oddly
is
enough,
crazy.
Sean
was a
Connery
close
was supposed to play
choice.
Gandalf, but they thought he was too old.
The trivia.
The trivia, yeah. We go deep here on Good Brute, then.
Right.
There he goes.
Giggity.
There he goes. Bye. Aw, he's sad now.
Okay, bye. I do like that he turns back into Dr. Jekyll before he dies.
Yeah.
Sad. That's
And
really
he kind of
sad.
doesn't realize what's happening.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked that sequence, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It firmly establishes how most of this movie is people repelling from things.
Repelling was popular back then.
Yeah.
Again, with people being able to see.
I know,
Yeah,
the French
10
have
million miles
such
in
great
the air.
eyes.
Yeah. He didn't even have his hat on, so I have no idea how they knew him.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's sad. So, they all... Aw.
Yeah.
He deserves better. He's a hero.
Hero. So the actor Pantucci, who was in Deep Rising and is also Igor here, is Kevin J. O'Connor. Just FYI,
Kevin J.
guy is hilarious. And then he's also got prominent parts in the Mummy movies.
Yeah. The other two movies.
Aren't they
Right.
rebooting that, really soon?
Ah, God, I hope not.
No, I heard
Thought I
they were
heard
doing,
something like that.
another series with all of these, The Mummy with...
Oh yeah, the Universal Monster series. They're trying to reboot that.
Well,
doing
here's
it
the
again,
thing, though.
Which
So-
is unnecessary.
So watch The Mummy is the one classic movie
I love
monster
that.
creature not in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I was watching this last week, I'm I'm gonna in my mind put this in the same universe as The Mummy. We're 12 minutes in and haven't gotten to the opening credits yet, but this is the same director as The Mummy and Deep Rising and Mummy Returns. So theoretically, you could put them all together.
Right.
And I was so happy when I discovered that at the end. I'm ah.
Can we talk about how this cardinal wants to send him to hell for a week for breaking a window?
Yeah, it seems a
think that is so
little
cool.
like an overreaction,
Yeah.
which is typical. Don't blaspheme. Again, this
Oh,
guy's
and he has amnesia?
oh man, this
Sort of.
accent is the worst.
Thank you, Cardinal Exposition.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly.
And the I don't have my memories is the beginning of this movie getting too complex for its own good, in my opinion.
Yeah, why can't he just, be the...
Be the guy who goes and
Why can't he just be the guy, honestly?
Right.
Yeah.
Be the guy already. Jeez.
This is all
I-
cool, though. Look
I
at this
do-
multicultural, evil,
exactly.
killing,
Yeah, I
stuff.
like that. I like that a lot. Because they
Takes the-
easily could have just had this been a bunch of cardinals and monks doing secret shady stuff underneath the Vatican, in real life.
Takes the whole world to fight evil, man.
I think that's really neat.
Van Helsing's I don't want to watch your vacation
Yeah,
slides
right.
again, Cardinal.
Not these again. I don't care where you were. Yeah, just picture Kevin Spacey. Ignore the sound of glass falling. We're all just idiots.
Yeah.
just you.
Well, all right. Yeah, I'll concede.
Yeah.
And he continues his exposition.
Oh, my goodness. For, the
First of many expositions.
Yeah. That looks like one of those photos you take at a theme park in Old West outfits.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
filter.
Who is that? Whoa! Did you see,
Yeah.
they're both super hot.
Lord Hotman?
Yeah.
They're brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That doesn't look like Kate Beckinsale.
It does not, but it does look like a sexy lady.
Mm-hmm. It has Hugh Jackman's full attention.
Yeah.
And his terrible wigs.
So this is this is a few years post X-Men then at this point,
This
right?
is post X-Men 2.
2? Okay, that's what I figured.
Maybe a year.
Okay.
Or maybe right before. I can't recall. But Not too far away.
Yeah.
So Hugh Jackman's just starting to make waves.
Okay. He looks really young in this movie.
Hugh
actually.
Jackman?
Hugh Jackman does.
Yeah,
He's aged a little bit in the last few years, though, I think. And I think that might be on purpose. Because he's kept himself in incredible
he
shape.
aged on purpose.
But I mean, he's looking older on purpose.
He's
I
not
think.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, no, he's not Paul
yeah,
Rudd.
Just
like
ageless.
eternally 20s.
Yeah,
What am I looking at?
Yay,
This man
Carl.
is currently pedaling like an electric chair.
Yep.
It works. It shocked him.
Ah, hello, Brother Q Branch.
yeah.
I really find his Carl performance to be pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like Carl. Carl's the real hero of this movie, in
Yeah,
my
he
opinion.
absolutely.
is. Yeah.
You all would be nowhere without science. This is a good joke here.
Some Scandinavian monk or
It's like any idiot can make a
How
sword.
hard do they go on like the James Bond thing?
oh, they go hard.
Like,
yeah.
like how fully is this just a rescan?
It's just he's just Q.
Yeah, he's completely
he's literally just Q.
That's so great. They should do this again.
Well, if I recall correctly from like Skyfall, with the young Q, he's in the movie more than just like his initial visit to Q Branch.
Oh my god, I love Skyfall. This is a little bit of Die Hard 3 here too. Whip. Sorry. Sorry. That's good.
I like the what in Allah's name is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's jealous that you just exploded part of this
Yeah.
evil killing den.
Explode tables, man.
This crossbow here coming soon to a toy aisle near you.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm pretty sure they turned that into a Nerf gun.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
And this thing's not foreshadowing at all.
No.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Oops. Otherworld landmarks are important and also involved.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're trying to like express like how many
It's-
people
it's-
are involved in this
Yeah.
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 like holy order of not.
But
Letting
every
vampires
every
happen.
James Bond movie's got that one like it's the gadget. I don't know what it's for, but it
Yeah.
does a thing.
Yeah.
It
It's a
always
pen
ends
that
up being like the
explodes.
most the explosive pen.
Right.
Being
This
the
is
most
the tool that you're going to use in the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You won't know what you need it for until you do. What is the point of the bow on the gas-powered crossbow?
That's
Like the actual
cute.
string. Like what does that do
Uh,
mechanically? It does nothing. It's fine.
yeah,
Totally
you're
fine.
right.
It
Actually,
does nothing.
It
The
does
gas
nothing.
powered defeats the purpose of having the crossbow drawn.
Right.
It
I
doesn't
guess
give
though
a,
it's useful. I guess so you can still use it if the gas runs out.
it's so that people don't give away that it's a secret bow that shoots a million.
Well, I was gonna say,
things.
yeah, it's probably psychological. You think, oh, he just shot at me once. I have 10 minutes
he
before he
needs to
reloads.
go get his foot cranked out.
17 arrows come through your face.
And this is the weirdest
This is a
perfume
pretty
commercial
shot.
in the world.
That's a pretty shot. It's pretty. That guy's pretty. This is all pretty.
Oh,
He's
the
pretty.
Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
I feel like we want a
There you go. Look at that
Oh
shot.
my god,
That
did you
is
see
it.
the light
We wanna-
reflecting off
yeah.
his one hair? That was
Sploosh.
gorgeous.
it's like we want our Orlando Bloom for this movie.
Yeah, right. But he's like, what, 7 at the time this was filmed?
No, he just finished Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
he
probably
was
7.
like 10 years old.
Oh, man, it was about the same time as Lord of the Rings. Brad Chaz.
Okay, all this looks really nice. That does not look nice.
That does not look nice.
That wolf looks bad.
It's bad, Wolf.
Oh my god!
The super cheesy
is
acrobatics
cool!
make a few...
Yeah.
Acrobatics make a few appearances here.
I don't
think
get.
the problem here is that I like every movie.
That's a good disposition to have.
I'm like, oh, it's a movie. Sweet!
I don't get how they're saying that it's stuck there because it's clearly stuck on a different pulley.
Yep. Viewers, Jess is clapping in amazement for Kate Beckinsale.
She's here!
Finally.
Yeah!
Beowulf.
It's Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Oh, that was a fun movie.
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Jeremy
movie.
Renner.
I just watched it. It was on at work, and I was like, I'm just gonna take
That
an
lady
extra
is
long break and
Bamf.
watch part of this movie.
Yeah. Kate Beckinsale is like perpetually backflipping through this
Right.
movie. If
Yes.
you pay attention.
She has moon shoes that randomly activate.
So like Black Widow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why doesn't
Oh my god,
everyone
that
have silver
accent.
bullets?
Yeah, it
That
seems like a
accent.
thing that. I mean, this is a well-coordinated plan, except for that part.
Except for they didn't
Everyone-
give silver
no
bullets.
one,
to everybody.
yeah, one
one
person
guy
has
has
a
silver
revolver
bullets.
made for short range.
Oh no! Wow,
I
I
do
can't. I
like that-
can't feel afraid for her because that literally looks like the worst CGI.
Yeah,
It looks like I could pick him
do
up
like
and like.
the wolf design though.
The
Yeah,
design
yeah,
is great, but
right.
he just looks so flimsy.
Inconvenient cliff.
He looks like a hologram.
Yeah.
Here he comes again.
Whee!
Okay, bye.
Aww.
Creep.
None of this is okay. Kate Beckinsale deserves better.
Finally, the inheritance is mine. Enjoy your swim, asshole. Kate Beckinsale in the wind. Nice.
Obvious green screen is obvious.
Yeah.
Good boat.
Yeah.
Does
Custom
movie
hat.
not wait?
Custom
Does
hat.
this movie not have opening credits or any credits? Or did I just imagine?
Maybe
that?
like the wheel was like the opening credits, like
Maybe.
when like
I don't
You know what?
know.
Maybe it doesn't have opening credits.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Very progressive of you, movie.
okay.
They do kind of go a little counter to usual movie advancements for this because like they move right to left in a couple scenes. You're
For
always
this
supposed-
part, you can definitely
Yeah.
tell that Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
just
you're
happened.
Oh yeah,
you're supposed
Yeah.
to go left to right, isn't that the thing?
I
show
don't know.
progression.
Yes, that is correct. That portrays going forward.
All right. They did both in this shot. Crazy, radical cinematography.
That's pretty. That's a pretty shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah, this movie doesn't have a problem with like the cinematography or the
Yeah,
sets.
No,
The
there's good shots. Like,
cinematography
I
is
like
fine.
the
The
scene of
sets
them
are
going into
great.
this town.
Yeah,
here.
most
like,
definitely.
that's a cool set.
But they do like this color balance thing that I think was so common in like early 2000s movies, where they like turn it up like so it's really obvious that it's like been heavily like edited to be like purple or blue.
I'd say right now it's worse.
It's worse right now.
Well, it's
I don't
just
know.
gray
in
right now.
today's movies, I'm saying that you can obviously tell there's a blue filter or a gray filter over stuff. Have you seen any Zack Snyder movies lately?
The Zack Snyder is like a different
tier altogether.
It's a different level. Like that's a specific problem with Zack Snyder's movies, which are not all bad, but like that is
Right.
a problem. Like with the color balance, because like, did you see that picture of oh my god, what's
Gordon on the
her
roof.
name? The new
Mara? Aquaman's
the
wife.
Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah.
Like where it's like the costume is like beautiful and sparkling and green, and then like they put the Snyder filter over it, and it's like horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Being of Eastern European descent, I appreciate the accurate blouse she's wearing.
I think that blouse is very pretty, and it looks like it's covered in blood, and I love it.
I'm just appreciating it. Period.
There's a guy in the scene who has a really tiny hammer, and I laugh at it
I'm
all the
excited
whole,
to see
the whole thing.
I have another weapon observation later on. That's interesting.
If you're supposed to help people, I don't think coming in and like be nonchalantly unhelpful is probably the best way to start
He's
off.
just that big of a badass.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I see the bow twitching. But
Yeah.
why?
I think you're thinking into it too much.
Guilty.
They don't have nipples?
Guilty as charged.
This is PG-13.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She met in the well.
I remember this sequence being like heavily promoted for when this movie was coming out. Like there were always clips
Was
from
this
this.
like in the trailer?
It was either in the trailer or there were like TV spots or
Oh yeah.
A lot of this movie is trailer moments.
Yeah. All right, if you're watching along at home, keep track of the number of compromising positions that Hugo Weaving,
Hugo Weaving.
Hugh
Just
Jackman
a whole
and
different
Kate
movie.
And there's our
Beckinsale
first
find
one.
themselves in. We're at
Wow,
2 right
that's
now.
lewd. They
Yeah.
can't put nipples, but they could do that.
Right.
Goat.
Meh.
I mean,
The-
pick one: clothes or nipples. You can't have
Yeah, right.
neither.
Have it all. Typical action movie, foot, two-hand, four-weapon maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of this is very, very white. Lots of white.
Yeah, I feel like the color balance issues aren't as like ridiculous here as they were in like the first color scenes of this movie. Nope, they're purple. Never mind. So purple.
I like here how
I
he
love
says,
the cow.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's like, Carl, it's not working. Try aiming at their hearts. He hasn't hit any of them for the most part at all
most
through
of those
this whole
arrows,
scene.
arrows are still falling to the earth right now.
Yeah, you see him hit a couple.
He's gonna
early
kill
on.
Kate Beckinsale.
Into their wings or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
he's not really, doing all that well.
Yeah.
I like how that vampire just had like a tiny taste.
Yeah,
Of that guy. She was just like, nip.
it's like
And that was
it's like sampling wine.
Right.
I'm sad that none of those are beets.
Oh, those cabbages got shut up.
Yeah, that cabbage is
They're
having a bad
Romania,
time.
not Russia.
Thanks, Mrs. Scientist.
Yeah.
It's the sun. The big yellow one is...
Who's the actor that plays Carl?
His name
David
is
Wenham.
Yes.
He's,
I need his entire IMDb page.
he's from 300.
Yeah, he's
That's
the
what
guy
I
from
read.
And
300.
Faramir, so he is like the main action adventure supporting role right now.
He's the guy who always survives.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good for him.
A part of me really wanted the scene to turn out like the scene in Army of Darkness when everyone is approaching the well.
Yes.
And then there's just a vertical deluge of gore.
I didn't notice that the front of the crossbow thing has a ram's head.
A ram's head.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
neat.
It's a cool touch.
It's sponsored by Dodge.
Thanks, Dodge.
Thanks, Dodge!
It's another terrible.
Wow.
Jesus.
When in the shot where like they're looking up from the well is like the sky is so blatantly green screen, like so bad.
So, guys, how many shots do you think we can get away with animating via Microsoft Paint? At least
Yeah.
one.
If they're trying to kill her, they should have really just gone with the dogma route and just flown her up in the air for a while and
Yeah.
just dropped her.
Let go.
Yep. See, backflips.
That's
that one.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool though. It's default. She just defaults into back.
I mean, mechanical mysteries aside, that's a sweet looking crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some bullet time.
Yeah.
Yep.
This movie is like, it's weird because I didn't really think of like this era of filmmaking as having like a lot of like unifying stuff because it's just like when I started getting into movies.
I
Yeah.
like that this doesn't go smoothly for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because, she's panicked, she's in a hurry, but she's also very capable.
and also
I
part
kind of
cat. 'cause she's
right,
under
yeah.
her feet.
I appreciate that.
Well, you have to think about like 2004 CGI pretty much become widely used.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty much
It's
like,
getting cheaper.
what can we do with it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what they do here a good job with the CGI is they do a good mix of with some of the characters just mild amounts of CGI to kind of help their look.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the wives when they're flying around or the brides
Right.
when they're flying around are fully CGI, but the transformations themselves are pretty well done because they do a
They're
good
quick.
job of
Right.
quick.
Yeah, it
quickness.
looked good.
Yeah.
Although being able to morph clothes, please.
Looks like he should be blowing bubbles through that sight.
You just capture them in those big bubbles.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty funny, actually. I'd watch that.
Wow, that looks bad. It looks good now though.
They
Yeah.
look like they're at the wall in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And his watch is ended.
He's like, I can heal better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, bitch.
So what are we all drinking today? Jess, as guest
Oh,
of the show, you go first.
I've got
Ooh.
Blake's El Charo mango-habanero cider.
It's an excellent choice.
It's so good. I tried it for the first time today.
Bla-
It's not quite as like hot spicy as I thought it was gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm a little disappointed in, but it tastes really good and like fruity and nice.
Yeah. I think they probably didn't make it as spicy as everyone here would have liked, considering like that's like one of the big ciders around here, because Blake's is a fairly large apple orchard in
Yeah,
the
local.
Metro
It's
Detroit
right
area.
by
If you're
us,
not
yeah.
from the Metro Detroit area, so that's cool thing about being in Michigan is there's cider everywhere.
Yeah.
All over
And,
the damn place.
Continuing with the last couple episodes, we are all drinking Nosferatu from Great Lakes Brewing Company, one of the few good things out of Ohio.
Ouch. Sorry,
I did
Ohio.
not know Great Lakes Brewing Company was from Ohio. I thought
It
they were-
is, yeah, yeah.
I thought the scene was really creepy when when she pulls the glass of blood out of the guy.
Yes.
And starts drinking it.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that we're drinking.
Yeah, it's a little unsettling.
Yeah.
We're not drinking blood, just beer.
Yeah.
How are you guys enjoying the beer?
I think it's wonderful. Very smooth. It's got a good taste to it. I like it a lot. I would drink this again. Yeah.
It is a Imperial Amber Ale that's actually very hoppy. It's got an IBU of 70, which is pretty up there.
Right. Which surprises me that I even like it as much as I do. But
Yeah,
this is
Ryan,
good.
for as much as you saying that you don't like hoppy beers in episode 0, most of the time you're drinking hoppy beers.
Yeah, but
'Cause I'm
most of the
keeping-
time I also don't like them.
Well, yeah.
The because of the two different types of beer that are in this, it actually borders on some of the smoky flavors that I typically like.
Yes, it definitely does. Definitely does.
Like your go-to Roush.
Rausch beer.
Yep. This beer almost actually didn't happen for this, and I would have been devastated.
Yeah, you gotta be on theme.
Well, yeah, we can't. Yeah, we try to be on.
Go for the brew bonus. That's
But
Slow
this is pretty
motion.
slick. Yeah, with the holy water here. I like this.
That's awesome.
Dips it on in, and she's all, shit.
If it wasn't for the fact that their jaws unhinged, that scene would be pretty lewd, where they're like trying to drink her blood and stuff.
right.
yeah,
But they just look like Melina, and it's not a good look.
All right.
no.
Plus 50 for the Mortal Kombat reference.
If we ever get around to doing Mortal Kombat Armageddon, we'll have to have you back.
Annihilation.
Or Annihilation.
Yeah.
Armageddon was the video game that had all the characters from all the games.
Yeah.
It was
And-
amazing.
This is where the
Please do,
CGI
please
just
do.
Oh,
falls
gosh,
apart
yeah.
right here.
It's
Yeah,
so-
like what
that's
the hell?
That's bad.
It's like
Yeah.
that.
I bet you that the video game looked better.
Probably.
He like crosses his little
that
neck,
one
his
didn't-
little turtleneck.
It's subtle, but I do like that he does that for everybody that he
Right.
takes
Yeah.
out.
It's cute. It's character building. I like it.
Hat.
Give me that hat.
He's got a custom hat. He's a bit of a jerk.
Kyle.
Oh,
Cow
thank
made
God
it.
the cow's
Yay.
alive.
See, now they're gonna have trouble though, because cows
Who
don't
is
go
that guy?
downstairs.
What else is that guy in? What else is this Carl man in?
300, both of them.
Uh-huh.
And
He's Faramir.
Faramir in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
He's been in some other stuff.
Okay.
But I can't remember.
Where's Tiny Hammer Man?
That's where. That's
He
what I
was earlier in the
recognizing him
movie.
from.
I missed him?
I was hoping he'd
Is that a
show up.
midget or a
again.
child?
It's a dude.
But isn't that a good thing? That's funny.
I love the Gravedigger.
Does anyone else think he looks like creepy Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
Sorry, I mean Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
Yeah. He.
I love Woody Harrelson.
Or
Pretty much.
Lucius Malfoy's like really poor cousin.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Like
oh.
everyone's like, oh, yeah, I know.
Put their shovels away. They're like, forget this.
Yeah.
Did it though? Because you didn't until after you killed the vampire.
It precedes you. It's just slow.
Your reputation follows you.
I hope that's just a paintball gun back end.
Yeah.
Is what that
Yeah.
is.
That
It
people
looks
are
very much like that. Or a repurposed like Super Soaker kind of
Yeah.
reservoir.
Yeah.
What
No.
movie is it that uses Nerf guns that they paint black as the guns?
Lots.
I know there's some like CBS or CW like sci-fi shows.
Oh
Okay.
my god, look
Why?
at the drama.
Yeah, he's just. This guy drives me nuts.
I do really like this scene that it completely ignores any concept of like floor or ceiling.
I
He's just walking up a wall and,
And
crying. I love it.
I agree with you, but I also hate this because it reminds me of just some silly Looney Tune stuff. This has happened
Yeah.
in Looney Tune shorts where characters are
The
walking
horror
around.
ones, yeah. Cartoon physics.
Yeah, the reason
This
why
happens in Queen of the Damned as well.
the reason why I like it is that it harkens back to in Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's the famous scene of him crawling down the wall face down.
Yep.
Like he's not. It's a really big thing about him not moving like a human is able to move.
Right,
And
right.
so I
Yeah.
think that's kind of their way of trying
Yeah,
to
they
capture
wanted
that
to like,
here.
have him
I-
move in an alien way.
I do love that
I
movie.
love how he's like acting like, oh, his character is so cool. He's like denying his like emotions, even though he's clearly feeling them. He's like, I have no heart,
Yeah.
but like he's obviously actually like super broken up.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it says evil Oompa Loompas.
Exactly.
I know exactly.
Exactly.
They have a tiny little hammer.
I'm disappointed because I spent the entire car ride over here trying to come up with some kind of evil and Oompa Loompa pun, but just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, he's basically just a bitey Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to look up which Looney tunes did the wall walking.
It's
I think it's
probably
actually
something with the red herring.
I think it's actually the Dracula one.
It happens frequently in not horror related ones. Just
I think they overuse like him kind of like going his bestial
beast mode.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid beast mode, but okay, let's just go with beast mode. They use the beast mode a little bit too much.
I don't like right there when they run away or when he's doing it. You can tell the film speeds up just very slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't give the effect I think that they were looking
Exactly.
for. Because it's more that's better for like if the girl vampires are being like intimidating.
I
They
think
just look
yeah.
like they're supposed to be afraid, but they're like vibrating away from him, and it doesn't look like they're scared.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I think a better way to do that is typically to just drop frames, usually, instead of just
Like actually like fast
Yeah.
forward.
instead of undercranking it,
Preparing to
to
fast
use
forward.
an archaic cinematic term, just drop a couple of frames here and there and make it speed up that way.
Instead of Tim Burton Batmobiling it.
Oh my god!
You leave that movie alone.
No, absolutely, just fire it into the sun and forget about it. Wait, the Tim Burton ones? No, those ones are okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
you're taking
I misheard.
Well, the Tim Burton Batmobile sequences are not great.
It's so fast.
Yeah,
The Batmobile is so fast, you guys.
it makes all the boxes fall around it go really fast
It
too.
goes fast.
So she pulls out a weapon here soon that is hilarious to me. And
I think I know what you're
out
talking
here.
about.
It's quite the armor she's got.
But going back to Igor in the last scene, is it just me or does Igor look like Rocky from Mask?
He does, absolutely.
Yeah,
You see Cher lurking around in the back.
That would make this movie really, really good. Instantly. In one.
Finally. I'm going to talk to you, but I'm never going to look at you.
yeah.
Carl.
Is it the?
Things.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
The-
I know exactly which one.
I'm
Yeah,
really
it's the weapon
excited.
that comes
What are
up
you
here.
talking
Oh, yeah.
It's a stick with a little hand on it.
You're ruining it.
Damn it, James. You're the worst.
What?
I actually almost have one of these, except it just has a finger pointing on it, and I annoy my wife with it.
Like this.
Yeah.
That is, what?
Why would you have that? It looks like she got it at a souvenir shop for a
It's like a back
Dracula
scratcher.
fucking
Yeah.
attraction.
The Renaissance Fest.
Yeah.
That's a Renaissance fair weapon.
What?
She got it
is
at the
that
Tower
thing?
of Terror at Disney.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a letter opener. It's not a weapon.
What if I'm both?
That's yep.
That's edgy.
Yep. It's 2004. Lincoln Park was all the rage.
I mean, I'm about this type of stuff.
Shit.
Emo media, 100% all the time.
I thought that was weird right there because the entirety of his character portrayed up to this point is that he has no interest in anything in his life besides like killing monsters.
Yeah.
And then-
probably were like, he needs more than that, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
like
I guess the idea is like he's like falling for her.
Well, I mean, he has eyes, and that's Kate Beckinsale, so
Ah!
that makes sense.
also he's disturbingly good at that.
What
Yeah.
just happened?
Yeah, that's a
Literally, what
little-
just happened?
he back-assed her.
Yeah,
Why did he do that?
she was going to go hunt vampires without him, and
Because
he's
he's
jealous.
Victorian Batman, apparently.
Oh, he has to save her from herself because she could get hurt.
I mean, the least he could do was like undo her corset. Because I imagine those are not comfortable to sleep in. Chloroform gas or not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No,
He has
you
no
hear
first
about
name.
us chickens.
His first name is Van. His last name is Helsing.
Distant relative to Van Wilder, probably. Bringing Ryan Reynolds into it. Deal with it. Yeah, again, blue filter time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just so like.
Banging.
It's
want-
also just really dark. It's too dark. I can't see
Man,
her
I can't see
performance.
shit.
Like
You-
they should have lit her face up.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're honest, you can't see her performance when there's light either.
Heyo.
I want the blue filter that turns everyone into bears.
Okay. Okay, I can appreciate
werewolves and vampires. Forget about your werewolves and your steaks.
Hmm.
Trope time. The way that she just casually puts away a mace right
Yeah,
there is
it's
really
fine.
funny.
It's nothing.
Whatever.
I mean, most of us handle socks.
Yeah, her house is an armory, but
What they don't show is there's a blind guy that lives here, and she's just waiting for hilarity to ensue.
Ooh.
I still wonder where the Velociraptor went for this entire movie.
Right.
So pink.
Cocking that shit.
Wow, that is pink.
It's werewolf vision,
Yeah. Where vision?
which they kind of play with the vision thing a little bit in this movie, but I don't ever feel like it adds much.
No.
Plus, why are they putting us in like the werewolf perspective anyway?
We know that, yeah, you can kind of tell that. I think it ruins the tension of, like, if suddenly you didn't know she was being watched. Well, didn't, as in, there were no, those POV
Yeah,
shots.
it breaks
and
the
then,
tension.
yeah,
It
and then
actually does break the tension.
Yeah,
the saliva just starts dropping or whatever.
Yeah, like if they cut that part out, it would be better, I think.
James Cameron didn't use alien vision there, director
Yeah.
guy.
And it would shave precious
Sommers.
seconds off of this very long runtime.
Right.
Yes.
This is a long movie.
I really wish that they wouldn't have like zoomed in on the moon getting gone.
Yeah, it was a little too forceful.
Yeah, because just having it in the background as she's running around is pretty cool.
Oh, hi, bro.
The werewolf rules in this movie are odd.
Yeah, like if moonlight touches you, you're a wolf. Is that what's that? Or if the moon is not behind
It's
the cloud?
something like that.
Yeah,
If a certain level of moonlight touches you, I guess. I
Oh,
mean, like,
no.
The moon's out.
Oh no!
She's behind some damn
It's like,
clouds.
yeah, he doesn't even need to see the moonlight. It's just like,
He knows.
yeah, the
he
moon.
knows that
Yeah,
it's
he
out.
knows that there's no cloud in front of him. Here
Also,
we see,
like, to what geographical location is it like?
True North.
I
Yeah,
do
this
like
is
this
cool as
transformation
hell,
sequence.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, the way he goes at the wall is actually
Yeah.
really cool.
See, this isn't cartoony. This is actually kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
whole
I like-
Dracula
It's
walking
no,
around thing
it's
was
no
just silly,
American Werewolf in London.
which is awesome.
Yes, which is why I mentioned it. But it's good. Like,
That was the one with Anthony Hopkins.
no. I'm thinking of the one from the 80s.
Oh, the older one.
Where
The
he
one with-
rips
what you're
his
talking
skin
about
off
with
here.
Benicio del Toro. That one is very
That
good.
is also really good, except for the part where Anthony Hopkins repeats every single one of his lines twice.
Yes.
Yeah, this transformation
Is really
very cool. Like, he's just...
Yeah, this is great.
Like,
Shredding
the
his
human
skin up.
skin on
Hates it.
him, yeah. He's disgusted by the human skin. He's just like, get this off of me. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I appreciate that.
And I like how, I think that might be the first time he turns. Or no,
'cause
you
he was
saw him
one
getting
before.
shocked. But I liked how he was like, his skin was all wet and matted from like
Right.
just,
Yeah.
changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Carl for the joke.
Hello. Good job.
Well done, Carl.
He did his joke.
He was telling him well done for the joke, not
Yeah,
for
well
the
done.
bullets.
Good
Yeah.
job.
The
Good-
bullets were just
good
assumed.
joke.
Bullets.
This like gun porn would
Dramatic.
look better if it was lit better.
Dramatic unlighting.
This is a cool shot. I like
Yeah.
Yeah, backlit. As
The
we,
The
as we said
Undertaker.
before,
This is
we
literally
like
The Undertaker.
backlit shot. And
Yeah.
yes, that is the Undertaker.
The Exorcist wants it shot back.
yeah.
that. The Undertaker from WWF. Thank you.
Hey, you can get sued.
WWE nonsense.
What are they going to do now that the panda's not endangered?
Oh, shush.
They're gonna
Change the logo to a bee.
Yeah, it's probably.
save the bees.
Bees aren't adorable, though.
Save the
They
beads.
can be adorable if they're like not near me.
Okay, movie. Don't get all Blade Runner on us with us. Who's hunting whom?
That is just a trailer moment right there. Is all that is.
Yeah.
I feel like
I love this guy.
This is totally just how he exists. This is what he does.
I refuse to believe that the Gravedigger has broader shoulders than Van Helsing.
Than Hugh Jackman. That lanky greaseball. He's also the theoretical janitor who cleans up all the bodies in the Resident Evil games.
That is an in-joke that is continuing to get spread.
Right? Gotcha, bitch!
probably not.
I'm immediately regretting this decision.
Yeah.
Just to hit people with shovels?
Yep. He's the shoveler from Mystery Men.
Yeah, right. Waffler and the bowler.
Ah,
Okay, bye.
That's great.
Wow.
I really do like that,
He
actually.
flips into the grave and there dies.
You know, this werewolf looks good, Ryan, but it's no wolf from Dracula 2000.
Jeez, I don't even remember
I
that.
have not seen Dracula 2000.
We have a friend who just fought tooth and nail that was an awesome movie for so long, and
Yeah. What will they do if they know?
right. Yes,
My wig told me.
you know, he looks like Dave Grohl a lot of the time. Right.
Yeah.
Some
Put him in
drums.
some pigtails.
Right.
Get him some fresh pots.
Love Dave Grohl.
He's a werewolf.
Not yet.
Spoiler alert.
The only way to save him is to have a convincing Transylvanian accent. So he's dead. He's really dead.
I think that this movie would be better also if every time they said Dracula, they said Draculas. I hate Draculas.
All them Draculas, dog.
So,
Dude, where them Draculas be?
Oh.
That's a cool shot, though. I like this.
Yeah.
Still too pink for my eyes.
That was almost like comic booky, almost Sin City like.
Yeah.
That's true. I think
First Sin City, second Sin City is dead to me.
this whole scene makes me, and I can't, it may be addressed later in the movie and I just am forgetting it, but with the whole exposition dump that we get at the beginning of the movie, are we to assume that the family that doesn't know the compromise that was made, that none of them are saved at all, that they're all like going to hell or won't be allowed into
Yeah, they're
into
stuck
heaven?
in purgatory.
It's like in
'cause,
purgatory.
I guess in this world, when you make a like an oath to God, it passes on to your next generation.
Right, but they
Seems
don't.
fair.
It seems like she doesn't act as if she knows that through the whole movie,
Yeah.
and the brother doesn't either. But I mean, he's a werewolf for
Right.
all but like a minute and a half of his time on screen.
I think she does bring it up later on. But
Okay.
I think it's a while, though.
I couldn't remember.
You're right.
'cause
She doesn't. It's not obvious to the audience that she knows.
Okay.
In fortune and glory.
when you put it in like comic book terms, I'm kind of warming to the extreme color balance.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just like that shot and like the precipitation.
Look at that horse. That horse is amazing.
Thank you for that information, Kate Beckinsale.
Because werewolf shit, apparently.
Yeah.
Dr. Science, once again.
Like that's a
Blowing
really
our
useful piece
minds.
of information that we needed for sure.
Got a werewolf Ferminator out there.
Oh, God. That's a pretty great idea.
Frankenstein.
There, wolf. There, castle.
Yeah. You didn't think that we could get through this movie without making a reference.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be done.
What? That looks bad. That looks real bad.
I
should
don't
feel bad.
understand what's happening
Movie.
behind. Oh, it's like the electricity behind the window.
It's a rave.
Yep.
Yeah, there's playing Sandstorm
He's
in
not a
there.
Dracula. He's a Dancula.
Dancula.
Count Dancula. Count Dancula is going to be my DJ name. None of you can take this.
Crypt of the Necro Dancer. That's the game on Steam. That's pretty good, actually.
Oh, I heard of that actually.
Mm-hmm. It's a dungeon crawler where you move to the beat.
That seems rad.
Werewolf monkey.
Just like my accent.
He hates his skin.
Yeah.
Aww. I like everything about this.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with this was an inspired fellow or lady. Aww.
Yeah, this is a very
I just
great
feel really
idea
bad
for a
this.
transformation.
This is where all the CGI budget went.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this looks really good, actually.
Yeah, that still looks great.
Yeah.
Just the that really portrays how painful that must
Yeah.
be, but without breaking into how stealing from American Werewolf in London. It does it in its own unique manner.
Well, yeah, because they
Aw.
make use of the CGI.
Yeah.
Before that was all practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oompa loompa doopity
Falcon is
dee.
cute.
You didn't
Aw,
survive the
aw,
electricity.
I feel really bad for him. No.
I really
Goodbye.
hope they wanted Orlando Bloom for this role.
Probably.
I don't know. I still think he looks all cute and stuff.
But no, just like, his frame, the shape of his face, that little wisp of hair above his lip.
Like his like bad mustache.
Yeah.
No.
The phrase werewolf venom is really cool to me. I don't know why.
Because you don't associate werewolves having venomous
tendencies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's neat. That's real neat. Don't do that.
Be less torturing.
He literally is dancing.
Yep.
He is
a dancing.
I love.
Yeah, Count Dancula.
Oh, and there's the little rat babies.
I was hoping that was a Rat King, and I was really sad when it wasn't.
Oh gosh, that's terrifying.
Fusion.
The thing about, well, here they explain how they're Oompa Loompas, but
Pretty much,
Dwarfs.
right.
Dwarfs.
The when you're talking about the Dracula, Ryan, it's almost like they didn't make him eccentric enough in a lot of these scenes. Like if he would just been completely ridiculous throughout the whole movie and like dancing and going on and everything, that you maybe would have gone. I maybe would have gone with it a little bit more.
Like it wouldn't be so jarring when he
So-
does like walk up a wall.
So
walk
yeah,
away.
so your thought is maybe he's a little uneven.
yeah, because the idea, I guess, to me, the idea there is that like this guy's been alive forever, so
he's not
So-
Dracula dead and loving it.
yeah, exactly. But like, just I mean, out completely outside of the normal realms of how somebody would act in real life.
No
Yeah.
slacking.
I
If you're watching this with subtitles on, they translate all the Latin and
Which is pretty cool.
Hungarian, so you can tell what Igor is saying to the Dwergi. Those giant spitballs.
that's gross.
I-
We're looking at some gross stuff right now.
Yeah, these are some nasty sacks we're staring
They're-
at.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's just a bunch of nasty ass sacks.
I don't like. I know he's been fighting monsters for a long time, but it seems to be weird to walk into this room and be like, "Oh yeah, those are totally offspring of vampires." Like,
Yeah.
there's no context that
Right,
makes that
for why he
obvious.
knows
Yeah,
that.
I don't.
Because when we're getting the exposition dump with the Cardinal and Carl, it's like he's never experienced vampires before, so why would he be so familiar with this?
One like this before.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, isn't like Kate Beckinsale giving most of the exposition on vampires?
Yeah, 'cause
The
she's
card-
from Transylvania.
Yeah.
So she inherently
She's
knows
like a
about
vampire expert.
some creepy stuff.
This is really gross, and I wish that it wasn't happening right now.
Yeah,
Like, it looks real gross.
Yeah, this
Although, this looks great.
yeah,
Like-
it's a
Like,
Great set.
The
Cool-
effects,
yeah, it's a great set.
The effects in this set look really good. That's awesome, too!
This is actually
Well,
real
if you
similar.
think about it, this is right after The Mummy and Mummy Returns, which The Mummy is a legit. I enjoy that movie.
No,
that,
yeah,
has,
absolutely.
that has some great set design, considering how much of the shots are all in tombs.
and, like, really good characters. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's no Scorpion King.
that movie is also so good.
No, it's not.
Written
It's
by
so
Stephen
good.
Sommers.
It's so good. It's great.
So again, reading too much into things, but I don't understand the role of throwing a human into this machine and why it's important.
Yeah, Ryan, you're a double E. Explain this to us.
That's actually going to be pretty easy. It doesn't make any sense.
So, I guess this Dracula is actually really cute also because he just wants to be a papa.
Yeah, he's adorable.
He just
I like that she backs into it.
Yeah.
Quick
He
thing.
just wants to be a dada.
Papa Drac.
That's cute. Aw.
I don't understand why he takes his glove off. Here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
he's like, let me put this on my bare hand
the opposite.
instead of
I'm
my
not-
leather gloves.
I am not ruining my gloves for this.
He might as well chew his way into the
Oh,
center.
that's so gross.
Just start eating
Oh
your
my
way
God.
in, man.
Use your adamantium claws.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For those of you who are like me and who are not watching the movie, there's like egg sacs and they are leaking.
They're super gross.
Kate
yeah.
Beckinsale
And
is
it
just
is
like,
bad.
"What are you doing?" He's like, "You have no idea how delicious vampire pancreas
Yeah,
is,
right.
Yeah.
or placenta is."
This looks
Oh,
really
God.
good too.
Just
That looks.
The
That
effects
reminds me
in
of.
this are
That
good
reminds
as
me
heck.
of Gremlins.
yeah.
Like the effects in that part are like, I think they're like mixed practical,
Yeah, especially
and
when,
that's
when
probably
the
why they
hand
look
reaches
so
out.
like
I believe
good
that that
and
probably
gloopy.
is.
Well,
See, now
shit.
it's not good anymore. Baby vampires.
Sort of. Or things.
So, how do you guys prefer your vampires from a visual perspective? Do you like them just being fully human, or do you like this weird demon.
I was thinking about this earlier today. And I feel like there's multiple classes of vampires. So
Yeah.
You have like your blood elf, which is like your Twilight, your Anne Rice.
Okay.
Like they're pretty people, and they're sad.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like you have your Nosferatu, which is like this like
Your Count Orlocks, like the one on our beer we're drinking.
like the bad ones. And then like you have your like Balrogs, which is like kind of like Dracula's final form in this.
Did he throw his brides just then?
it's
Because
like
that's what it looked like.
3 degrees of bad.
Okay.
So you have like pretty human beings with fangs,
Yeah.
which I'm about. And then I think the only one that I don't like is like the Nosferatu type.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they either need to be beautiful or horrible. They can't be like
The bestial.
yeah.
kind
They
of
can't.
stuff.
It's bad. Like
Yeah.
I don't like when they're like still human shape
Okay.
but like gnarly face.
Okay.
See,
Fair
I
enough.
actually kind of... It depends on the purpose of the movie that I'm watching them in. I kind of prefer the almost ambiguity of, okay, is it more vampire or is it more human? Because that, to me, is unsettling on kind of a primal level visually, and I like that. And that was shamefully bad with the shadows right now. This is real bad.
They were like, ship it, good enough.
Yeah. Fuck it. Get it out of here.
I
So-
mean, that's like just a fact of like movie production, though. Like,
Yeah. I guess it matters what you're trying to go for.
Carl here. Ah.
You know, if it would have just stuck there, it would have been just a Halloween decoration ready to go.
It would have been one of those Garfield things that they used to have in the 90s.
Right.
I'm like really into the sets in this movie.
Yeah.
Like all the sets look good, and then they like put some holograms over it. It looks straight up bad.
You know, I think... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I enjoy in a lot of these shots of the castle, there's a very subtle rhyme effect to the stone,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah, because it's, as we'll find out, it's almost Halloween, so it's late fall. There's snow outside, obviously. Later, it's still raining some places, but it's obviously a cold climate. The second castle. The second castle isn't as nice. It's more CGI.
Yeah.
So.
They spent all their castle budget up front, Max.
Yep.
Again, not to read too deep into this, but I don't understand why, if this runs out of power, all of the things that are no longer attached to it simultaneous or just like instantaneously explode.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like at
weird.
the end of the Avengers.
Yeah.
When all the Chitauri just like.
Well, collective mind, sort of, right?
Yeah,
I
suppose.
I guess.
It is a well-known fact amongst my group that I do not like the Avengers.
Because he's a bad
Right,
person.
and you'll
But I
never,
mean, that
ever
was
Yes,
a
I
big
am.
problem with like all the Chitauri dying because like that's not important to the plot.
That movie didn't need to do anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter because all that matters is that the Avengers are together and fighting and they love each other now.
Right. Concur.
These things are way more terrifying than any of the other vampires to me in this entire
Oh, sure.
movie.
Because
And
there's so many of them.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of is the
Like-
much more brutal and simultaneously cute and terrifying scene of the Tooth Fairies in Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Like that scene right there where she throws the guy
Oh,
in the
yeah.
air and they
Yeah.
swarm him. That is legitimately awful.
yeah, that's brutal.
I will argue fiercely that Hellboy 2 is probably one of the most underrated
Oh, it's so
superhero
good.
comic book movies.
It's super good.
So good because the first one is great.
It just got
The second one's
overshadowed
better.
by The Dark
Wait.
Knight and Iron Man.
It's good Dracula times.
I love this scene. I genuinely love this scene.
Yeah. So
That's
apparently,
cool.
Van Helsing is Gabriel, left hand of God.
Well, maybe Dracula's speaking metaphorically.
No.
No.
Like he sees
No.
himself as the monster because he sees himself as the monster because he thinks he has no feelings even though he has feelings.
Right.
Oh, that would be
What is
cute
he,
though.
a new wave singer?
No, he's emo because it's 2004.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is one of those scenes where they don't necessarily explain stuff right away, but apparently we're supposed to be afraid of the boiling vat that the rope goes into.
Hey,
It's
well,
just
most
dry
things that
ice.
boil are not good.
Well, you know,
Yeah, wait, why is there a vat there? And
'Cause
what
it's
is
a
that
lab.
a vat?
it's where the rope comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rope is actually coming up out of the vat. Yeah. It's rope soup. Ropa. Ha Brought Spanish into it. Deal with it.
It blows my mind there's only one writer on
That
this
was
movie.
clothing.
It blows my mind.
It doesn't mind.
Well, I imagine there's several producers, which probably,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So we're back to the scene that I like. I enjoy this whole sequence
This
between
is
the
a
three
good
of them.
Dracula.
That wig.
I think I put my finger on why all these accents irritate me so much. They all just sound like people trying to be a German villain, is how they all sound to me.
That's a bingo.
That's a bingo. It's not constant. No.
So I would say this is probably one of the... when this movie ends, there's a lot of unresolved questions or things just left dangling, and this is the big glaring one. Is the hint that these two characters have a history.
Yeah.
And it's never touched upon again after this scene.
Yeah, and I get that's a good point, and it kind of makes you wonder if the expectation was perhaps that this would become more of a series and franchise kind of
I mean,
situation.
this
This
movie
was
was-
like before the big franchise thing, like fad started.
It was just on the cusp of like of the franchise thing.
Well, I'm sure he was trying to do it with more like how The Mummy had a few movies that had to
Yeah.
explain some of the lore.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't
but
know.
because they hit all the big check marks of Universal by this point. Dracula, Frankenstein, Werewolf, The Mummy had just finished. So
I had expected when they revealed him to be Gabriel that they would have revealed Dracula to actually be Lucifer. That was kind of where I thought they were going with that.
yeah, something like that. But then that kind of destroys the whole family plot. Like, if
Right,
they didn't have
yeah.
the family thing, that would be okay.
Possible,
that would be
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Logical. And I love this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love this whole sequence.
That's so cool.
And then he's
That's
like,
awesome.
ah,
I
ha,
love
ha,
that.
ha.
And he quickly regains his composure.
Yeah.
That actually cracks me the fuck up.
They do
Yeah.
that same thing in Bram Stoker's, where
Sorry, I just
Van
got
Helsing
really
goes with the cross and he sets it on fire.
enthused.
But that's I guess that's where this really comes from. Like, he's super ridiculous right here and with the cross and everything. And if he would have just been super ridiculous through the whole movie, I think that would have been a lot more fun in some ways.
Right.
Yeah, so he goes into there that he was murdered in 1462. And then later Carl's like, somehow the left hand of God killed him or something. And it never explained, like, did he get killed because he was Vlad the Impaler? Or they never go into why he was murdered or what he did to...
Bucket toss!
I honestly feel like this movie would have been a lot better if they didn't feel like they needed to force every Universal monster into it.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's a little
Well, here's the
saturated,
thing,
is
though.
what you're saying.
like, what if it had just been Van Helsing versus Dracula? Like, I feel like there's no reason that
Well,
it couldn't have just been that. As a
Yeah,
condiment.
okay. But I mean, there was a definite, like, upswing in vampire movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. You had Dracula 2000, Underworld was becoming a thing.
Interview with the Vampire was 1999.
Queen of the Damned was like, what, 2002, 2003?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's definitely, like,
Or maybe it was 1996
R.I.P. Aaliyah.
or something.
either way. So they want to do something different. And if you look at the very old Universal movies, there are crossover films. I think it's like House of Dracula or Tomb of Frankenstein or something like that. There are movies where the characters do cross over. Like, even there's an Abbott and Costello meet
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
has
Costello meet
Dracula
Frankenstein.
and Frankenstein in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that...
So it's not a unknown thing,
For sure.
but it's
I
It's
agree with
too
you.
much too soon.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jess. There's too much going on in this movie from plot lines and characters that
Yeah.
they jam into a perspective. It does a lot of stuff really well at times.
Yeah, there's some nuggets of, like, greatness.
Yeah.
Them some good nuggets. Mhm. So I wonder. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. So I wonder. That's really bad water. Again, shame.
Oh, gosh.
Shame on you.
And
Oh my God,
that is
zero.
That is worse
Bad.
than Deep Rising tentacle detail.
The
Yeah,
Russians
that's
still gave him a 9.5 for that entry, though.
So I wonder. Okay, so that's a good point then. So I wonder if Sommers had pitched this as a franchise, and they're like, no, put it in one movie,
Just
and maybe
jam it in.
that's why there's so much in here. Maybe that's why it's so unnecessarily dense at times.
I would be very interested to, like, he's just a friar. He's just a friar. Don't worry.
Great joke. Carl, you're the man. You're the man, Carl.
I like Carl. And his
Again, sorrow interpretive dance.
Yep.
It's
Just gotta
good.
dance it out.
I think part of that is the flowing robes, like that really
Yeah.
helps to the effect. So everything
Oh,
they do
man.
looks way more ridiculous.
He still has the Slav squat down. All he's
Maybe
missing is the Adidas tracksuit.
Here's my cool fanfic idea, guys.
Okay.
Being a vampire like really hurts your body.
Okay.
And you get like all these aches and pains. You gotta shake that.
No, you just
Yeah.
gotta be constantly moving. What's the direction at that point? Just you just gotta dance, but you're sad. Just do them both.
Act like a vampire.
Right.
Oh, I know. What about the bomb that Carl made? What about that?
Yeah. What about that thing?
Crazy suggestion, I know.
They should just use a everyday off-the-shelf explosive to kill the main bad guy, like in Suicide Squad. I'm sure it'll work fine.
I've made a horrible mistake. Guys.
You've made a huge mistake.
I put
Although
my cup in front of the projector.
something that's not a mistake is the choice of El Charo. So thank you for that.
Hey,
Yeah, this is
The El Charo
This really
is
helps the effect.
delicious.
yeah.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale is wet. She
Oh,
looks
now she's
cute.
a witch.
Oh.
She wears that hat well.
custom hat.
He has better hair though.
Right.
What?
True statement.
Yep.
So Hugh Jackman's Real Steel was filmed partially in near Oxford, Michigan, in a quarry up there, which is actually where my girlfriend is from. And her friend Kim has a picture of Hugh Jackman in Japan when he was filming Wolverine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the whole absinthe thing where they're drinking it there, is that supposed to be a reference that like that was his windmill or something? Because he's drinking absinthe in that windmill.
Yeah, well, because in the beginning of the movie, when Frankenstein's going up, you see him like going up and he's knocking over things of absinthe.
Right,
including
yeah.
absinthe.
And so I don't know, is it just supposed to be kind of like a ha-ha, hey, look at this kind of
Well,
wink and nod?
have you had absinthe before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
It's
not.
terrible.
Yeah, I heard it just tastes straight up terrible.
No, but what I mean is that
It's
like
bad.
that whole thing was filled with empty bottles of absinthe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
So
it's
why?
like-
So he pulls out a
I
bottle
think,
of absinthe.
I think it was supposed to show that it's the same one as before, and to just establish more of that sexual tension between the two of them.
I think it's just. I mean, I'm assuming it's just a wink and a nod, but
Yeah.
with how thick this movie is with like
Winks and
winks and nods, you wonder what's supposed to link together.
I don't know. I thought it was just supposed to be a cute little scene of like, oh, you know, absinthe's gonna go to your head, and blah 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 blah. Did you eat a sugar cube with that and a slotted spoon?
What is happening right now?
Oh, cell shading.
Why is the illuminated manuscript coming to life?
He found a Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous. Poof.
Good night.
Goodbye.
They look up and Justin Long just doesn't have eyes and he's hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, Jeepos Creepos. It's her blouse is almost clown-like to me.
I think it's great the way that it's like. It looks like, I don't know, like it's cool because it's like a realistic design or whatever,
Yeah,
and then
embroidery.
it also looks like she's covered in blood.
Yeah. That's
So-
that's a lot of chicken wing bones.
I was going to say, judging by the bones, Frankenstein has been eating a lot of chickens.
He needs his yum yums.
How can you tell someone's height by their shoe size?
Science.
Yeah, science.
That
It's like,
seems-
you'll be safe by me throwing you into this rock.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems a little reckless for him to know that he was standing there the whole time and just walk her up to him.
I like how she calls him the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, it was very trendy in 2004 to be like, actually,
it's the
called the monster.
Okay, so here we see the Frankenstein's skull kind of come apart.
That's
And
scary.
Stephen Sommers definitely has a thing for messing up the left side of someone's skull. Because if you look at Deep Rising, when the guy falls out of the tentacle, his left half of his skull's all deformed. In The Mummy, Imhotep as a zombie, whatever,
Yes.
like he has no left side of
Yes.
his skull, and here the left side is the halfway full thing. So it might be like Guillermo del Toro. Like Del Toro likes fucking up people's faces because it makes people uncomfortable. Like if you look at a lot of his movies,
Especially
they
that.
take wounds to the mouth or
Yeah.
below the eyes.
Yeah, the one in Pan's
The
Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth
Holy
with the
Christ.
was that a
The-
brick or a shoe?
It was a bottle, I think. wasn't
Right, yeah, it was a bottle. So the
But-
combination of bricks and shoes.
No, Pan's Labyrinth. She puts a straight razor in the guy's mouth.
No, we're talking about the
the
scene
guy
at the
he
very
beats.
beginning with the secret police.
Oh! I was talking about when she puts the knife in his mouth and slices open his face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's a really cool observation that you made, Max, about the
Yeah.
left side of the face thing.
Yeah.
I like this Frankenstein's monster a lot.
Yeah,
I like the design that he's actually like a big guy. Like you can tell, like you
Right.
make you believe that it's multiple people stitched together because it's he's
I
not
also
just
like
not
that
just
he
a,
has
not just a tall guy, but like he's
wide.
Yeah.
wide.
You gotta have a wide guy.
All right. Giggity.
That and the makeup's very good on him too.
Yeah.
He looks good. Yeah, he looks like a good wide guy.
Surprised he didn't rape mist him the same way he did Beckinsale.
Oh, Von Roofy, Van Roofy.
That's how Axe Body Spray originated back in this time.
Well, wait, how could he kill
I know,
fucking
that's
Mr.
Old
Hyde
Spice.
then?
That's old.
Wait, hold on. I got a problem with the movie.
All right.
Oh, now you do.
Yeah. Now you,
No,
this,
I mean,
this
like,
far in you
yes,
do?
Yes,
Please
yes,
enlighten
yes,
us.
Yes, wait. Okay, so he's like, I can sense evil.
Because he's an angel.
That's great. Yeah, I'm along for the ride. He can sense evil, but he says I can't kill Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
Because he's not evil. But he killed Mr. Hyde, and Dr. Jekyll is not evil, so that's some bullshit.
Mr. Hyde ate like 12 people, including 4 children.
And a massacre of chickens,
but
which is
in-
apparently a lot.
I mean, I guess he doesn't care about collateral damage.
Yeah. So apparently Van Helsing is a paladin, going by 3.5 D&D rules. So that's why he can't kill evil, otherwise he'll be smoked
he'll
by
lose
his
his
god and lose
powers.
all his powers and proficiencies.
I like the idea that he just
Except
keeps
almost
shouting
everything.
in that carriage the whole time.
Right. Just the entire
You can see
ride.
him like snarling through the.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Good eye, Jess.
Appearance
That looks cool.
through the sheer curtains there.
Also, this is another really comic booky scene.
The
Right.
music here is really kind
It's
of
the,
out.
It's the acoustic guitars theme
It's
for
great.
adventure.
And honestly, what this makes me think of is the Uncharted games. Like, I feel like this is Uncharted music.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah.
Carl's jokes. Okay, this
Terrible
is terrible.
sky.
That's
Dutch
awful.
angles.
Travel by map. The Muppets did it best.
That's bad. Nothing good about that.
So here's the weird thing about this. It looks like they're going through a sizable distance by that map. And
It's all the same.
it's apparently one day
Un dia.
because
This is one day.
Solamente un dia.
here's where the continuity of the movie gets all kind of messed up. So it was a new moon for the last werewolf, correct? Yeah, he was new moon. Werewolf shed before the first new moon. Excuse me, full moon.
Full moon.
And so they're going off through the Carpathia towards Bucharest, and later Van Helsing's going to get bitten by the werewolf. Spoilers. And Carl's like, "Oh, the full moon's 2 days from now." So it was like a month, and then they go back to the castle later, and it's like a day. So then they've got like crazy Vatican transportation powers, or this movie just
I
makes
would
no
really
sense.
like to see the script and
Time paradox.
the drafts for the script of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, watching this movie has made me very interested to know how the fuck it happened.
Yeah, I think that's our main takeaway from doing these movies and looking at them from
It's
just
like,
beyond like
how did this-
entertainment. Just
how
like
did this occur?
how does this happen or whatever. Like
yeah, I mean, just this, like you were talking about the success of The Mummy earlier, and just Sommers like, all right, well, I want to do this fucking gothic Van Helsing deal, and this.
yeah,
He was greenlit because he was making tons of money, probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the Mummy is legitimately good.
Right. True.
And I mean, this movie. Whew,
So again with some lengthy misdirection here, but the reveal of the misdirection is a little tough to swallow once it happens here.
Oh crap! We took out that bridge and didn't think.
Yeah, whoopsie.
I'm trying to explain or understand what you're trying to say.
Dem horses, though, man.
Oh,
Well, you haven't watched this as recently as we have, so you don't know what the
I
misdirection
watched him as
is.
14.
Yeah,
So It's a little foggy.
Right.
It's a little completely foggy. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I instantly understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So, same composer as...
The wheel makes me laugh right
Yeah,
there.
that was pretty cool.
Same composer here as the Back to the Future. I can't think of the name right now. I'm sure I'll get to it during the credits. But at any given time, you can probably hear Ryan singing that lick from...
At usually inappropriate times, even at work.
Yeah. Yeah. Just glycerin 48.
Not the delicious kind. The pointy kind.
Shoo! There they go.
Glycerin 48 and steaks.
That looks not so good.
That's a
pretty
death
cool.
one.
That's yeah. I think it helps with the fires behind it.
Yeah.
So
Contrast.
it doesn't look as bad as when they put them in front of like normal environments.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole reveal that, there was this other carriage 7 feet away from you the whole time. I don't know. These scenes are cool, though, with the fire on top of the carriage. I
With
think
the
they look
person
pretty
who they
sweet.
were purposefully hunting beforehand.
Right. Yikes. That's a cleave.
This entire sequence reminds me of the caravan sequence from Sleepy Hollow near the end.
I don't remember anything.
I have
we'll
wiped-
get to that.
I've wiped that movie from my memory.
That is
That's a Max suggestion.
I legitimately love that.
Ooh, is that
movie.
going to be our first legitimate underdog episode where one loves it and everyone else hates it?
That was our second episode with Death Race when James unapologetically
I love that movie.
End quote.
Ryan likes that movie though too.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's no Deep Rising, but
So you guys are only doing ones that you all don't like.
Well, no.
No.
We've been trying to do the thing of at least one of us has to enjoy the movie. So we're not just the three of us ragging on the movie at the same time.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that like all of the hard work that goes into these.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
And to like appreciate like even like the few moments of like they almost got it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's
This is
awesome.
sweet. Yeah, this is
there
sweet.
are some
That's
good.
awesome.
There are some legitimately good scenes in this movie, which that's like the main takeaway from doing this is there are good scenes and good sequences in all these movies that we watch.
Yeah.
Except
the
Jack
great
Frost.
tragedy of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like they touched what they
Yeah,
wanted to
they got
do.
for a brief second they
And then,
got
like,
what they need.
There
What they
were
were trying
parts
to
of the
do.
movie that didn't work.
Like coming up, like the next sequence coming up is great.
For one brief moment, they touched the face of God.
That's how it feels. Like
small
that's
thing.
how it feels for me.
But I think that scene with the carriage, being destroyed,
It's a good action sequence.
it's cool. But I think that would have been way cooler if it was shot in real time instead of the slow mo. I think it would have been a lot more dramatic to watch it flail in real time
Yeah.
versus the slow down.
Aw.
Pretty boy down.
He is a very pretty boy.
Someone give that man a lot of mouth to mouth.
Probably not his sister.
And a fuller beard.
Probably not his sister.
Right.
Aw.
She's like, "You're not James Franco."
He's opening his mouth for it.
Yeah.
This guy has just had a really bad time. Like
Mm-hmm.
all the bad times. Did he die? Is he dead now?
Yep.
Oh no.
Jess, I need your professional fangirl opinion. Who has the worst time, him or the Winter Soldier?
Bucky every time. Like, I'm a little offended that you opened this can of worms.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. well, I'm closing it now.
Okay, yeah. Let's put Bucky
Can of worm
away so
closed.
that I don't embarrass
Temporarily.
myself on the internet.
Okay.
Even further.
Okay. We can continue this conversation off mic.
You got bit by a werewolf. You got bit by a monster dog.
Everybody she loves turns into dogs.
Right.
It's a really bad problem.
Oh, Van Helsing just got so much angst here.
She let the dogs out. It was her.
Oh God.
Oh, hi, Ginger.
Oof.
Okay,
This is
that's
the
enough
last-
room
this is
references
the
for now, I
last
guess.
One. They're almost done. They're almost at the final boss.
No.
No, there's still like another 45 minutes of this movie.
That is not a joke.
Nope.
This is a lengthy one. Oh boy, that
Here
was
she
bad.
goes. Gotta go rescue Kate Beckinsale. I'm glad
Frankenstein,
is just here.
the monster he's great. I really like the character.
Yeah, he's
And
cool.
Go ahead.
Because he's not stupid either. That's what I like
Yeah,
about him.
he's got it together, and he's quite philosophical a lot of the times. And
Well, the monster was always philosophical.
right,
Yeah, it's
right.
good that he lives in a hole and he tings about his life. That's like his life.
But yeah, typically his portrayal.
That's pretty much the summary of his character.
Yeah,
He lives in a hole and thinks about his life.
his portrayal on screen is often just smash.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean, definitely in the public psyche.
Yeah,
he's
the
been
Boris
reduced
Karloff
to.
one is just like ingrained into the psyche. I really enjoy Robert De Niro's performance in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
You know,
Starring
I
and
own
directed
that, but I've
by-
never watched it.
Oh, it's really great.
Yeah?
Kenneth Branagh does a really good job.
I
Okay.
love him. Kenneth Branagh, I mean.
Helena Bonham Carter's also in it.
I'm glad that the monster chose a very subtle and not jarring outfit to wear.
The patchwork chicken wing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloke.
that's pretty inconspicuous.
Yeah.
And the guy has such a cool voice for Frankenstein's monster. I really do like it.
He almost sounds
Take
like
me out,
Vincent
bro.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. Who will make
I'm
an
about to
appearance?
cry. This is good. No!
You got the feels, lady.
I do enjoy that fake out because that looks exactly like the pneumatic stakes that he's been using through the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Sound design makes that styrofoam cross very convincing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm into it. So, okay. Wait, why does Dracula control all the werewolves?
Because
They said
Children
so.
of the Night,
Lore,
what
dude.
music they make, I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
Now that's a
Fine,
help from the
that's fine.
dead.
Let's move on.
So yeah, don't worry about it too
Ominous
much.
music.
Dun, dun.
Now,
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Ah, that's actually spooky.
So here's where that's like, this is very. I like this scene.
We're at Hogwarts.
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, Theater Bazaar's coming up.
It is.
I really wish I was
Bazaar.
going, but I'm not. I imagine this is what it would be like.
The
it's so dangerous on that ball and on that table.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
And
Yeah.
playing the violin.
Gravity is not your friend.
the only thing that I found odd about this scene that will get revealed here in a second that all of these people are vampires is that they spent a lot of time at the very beginning of the movie, or once he gets to Transylvania, kind of being like, well, vampires are more of kind of just a nuisance because they only kill like one or two people every
Yeah,
once in a
it's
while.
like-
It's
Right.
not that big of a
There's
deal.
that guy and his 3 brides.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then this
it-
is vampire decadence.
And then
Yeah.
this is like, the vampire gala.
Yeah.
Maybe they only do this, occasionally. Like
It's
every couple
Halloween.
100 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It is Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you look at it that way, like they all get together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it, Kevin Spacey.
Smash!
Your nose is getting in the way.
Yeah, this is...
No, legit. Like that nose is like piercing your skin almost.
Count Schnozzula. Your string, eh?
Phrasing.
Ultron did it. Ultron said it better.
The dancer
Word.
in the middle is super creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, the contortionist. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
the.
that's awesome.
There's a super quick shot with her coming up that that was
Yeah.
jarring to me. It was very effective.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, that's awesome as heck.
Yeah,
Reminds
sweet.
me of Volvo from Soul Calibur.
Voldo.
Volvo, yeah.
Yep. 2 fighting game references in one podcast. We're doing good.
2 different franchises.
Correction. We're doing well.
We're doing
Superman does good.
great.
You're doing well.
You're
I'm
doing
disappointed in you.
I wonder what the
suppose if you
casting
breathe-
was for that guy.
Well, I
Slightly
suppose if
sli-
you breathe fire, you want to be scantily clad.
Right.
Well, like slightly not in shape guy, able to breathe fire.
Right. Yeah.
Or I wonder if there's also just kind of like
That's cool.
that's a great scene
Yeah.
There's nothing I don't like about that.
that you need some fire breathing guys and they're just kind
Be
of
the
take who
mom
comes
to my
who shows up.
babies.
I also like that if you notice there,
Yes.
none of the other vampires show up in the
Yeah,
that
yeah.
barrel.
Right. It's just
That's
an
the implication.
empty floor.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But there should be a bunch of floating clothes.
We're not getting into that argument.
The clothes thing is like a continually it's a continuous problem throughout this
Ignore
movie.
me.
They're vampire clothes.
It's inconsistent across different
Yeah.
mediums too.
It's hard with the clothes.
I'm going to take this chance to plug What We Do in the Shadows because if you haven't seen it, it's fantastic.
I'm so excited. I'm watching that movie after this. Like, I'm going home and watching it.
Nice.
I cannot wait. Because, like, I just downloaded, like, a large pile of vampire movies. Because, like I said, I'm going through a thing.
I'm disappointed that they kept going with, like, the distended jaw look.
Yeah,
They went with,
like I said, they use it too much.
It's, like, not... It's not nice to look at, and it's also not that scary.
Yeah, because they do the deal where they extend the incisors already,
Yeah.
and when they do that,
much.
too much. But when they do that, to me, that's kind of enough to look a little intimidating. Like they don't need to do the whole.
Like my jaw unhinges like a
Yeah,
snake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for that. I don't know. I like this.
Welcome to my summer. I don't know what the fuck this accent is.
I love this. That's Stephen
Baby
Sommers' daughter.
vampires.
That's Stephen Sommers' daughter. But I love the Frankenstein delivery right here.
Yeah.
This is a great monologue.
Yeah. He looks great right here,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. I love
He's the
him.
best part of this
Nothing
movie.
but damn
Wow.
bones.
I love
and
that.
Souls.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the Frankenstein monster like dialogue like is
Yeah,
like,
he is
chained to
the
this.
best.
He's like, oh, that's so good. It's like they're gonna feed on him in a way, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. They did it. They touched the greatness. You know what I
The
mean?
black-eyed
Yeah.
peas. Oh, I mean Van Helsing. Van Helsing.
And then they all do
Jaw.
the jaw thing,
Yes.
and it
Too
all
much
goes
jaw.
downhill. We take a step away from
Yeah.
greatness.
Oh,
As
yeah.
they all
Get you
open their
get you a
mouths.
woman who can do both.
Right.
Yeah.
And the audience did 2 hours ago.
Yeah. I do like that his bomb matches his hat.
It does, yeah. But just okay. So you see that
Wow.
happen, and then you see all of the windows blow
Oh
out.
my goodness!
So that is one powerful hand grenade,
All right.
It's the holy hand grenade.
Yeah.
literally.
It's a holy hand grenade.
2, 5,
Five.
3, sir. What is he, Walter White all of a sudden?
Yeah. I also hope that this boat keeps its wheels regardless of where they're going.
That would be
Like it's
awesome.
just a wheelie
It's
boat.
an amphibious transport.
Yes.
Duck boat. No. Rescue him.
I thought you said Rasputin at
So did I.
first.
That would also be a great addition to this
Right,
movie.
right.
Yeah. This movie needs nothing
Just
else added to
Pop
it.
I love-
him in. Pop him right in. Add another half hour. Like I care.
It barely breaks the surface of the water, and he's like, well, I can't swim under it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's very true. and very
Well, he's
sad.
doggy paddling now,
Right.
right? Because he's a werewolf.
Yeah, like wait, why can't he go under that?
It's a very genuine look of just hopelessness on the monster there. Sadness. Her dress looks like a life preserver if you look too quickly.
Oh yeah.
That's realistic. That's nice.
The frickin' church dog.
Yeah.
Yes, the correct angle is 27.5.
5 degrees. Snarl.
Spite on my rage,
Oh,
I'm
that's
still
good.
just an angel in a cage.
So evil. I love it.
Billy Corgan is the worst vocalist of all time.
He should have tried harder his entire life.
Right. Second.
He's like, look, by the end of this movie, I'm going to need you to lose an eye.
Yeah, right.
Everybody needs to kiss in this movie.
Right. At the same time.
Yeah, just
All the main
everybody
characters
kiss.
are the same. One big, just mouth orgy.
Jess, professional shipper.
It's bad.
Yeah, I follow your various social media things.
Oh my god, did you see like my Yuri on Ice everything?
Oh,
Yes,
geez.
I thought you were referring to Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. All I could see was Udo Kier on ice skates.
It's a sports anime. Yay.
So yeah, they get back there in a day
Yeah.
on something. I don't know how.
It's just-
I've stopped caring about how this movie makes sense.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, she does know about the curse.
They have the conversational technique going on where anytime you look at somebody else, you have to snap your head in their general direction.
Yeah, you're like, what?
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 Quick cuts. Oh, he's a Mad Magazine artist.
Yeah.
The spotlight is mine.
monologue.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the real hero here. You two shut up.
Right.
This actor is really good.
Yeah, he's
Like, honestly,
Yeah, David Wenham's.
he's great.
he's owning this role and completely crushing it.
Yeah, he's also got, like, crazy range.
Right.
Like, I like him a lot.
I think the thing that endears me most to Carl is his goofy walk. Like he's just like
He, like,
the quick
hunches
shuffle.
over
Yeah.
and he's like,
That robe hides many things.
Right.
I like in the scene how all of these things are hidden throughout stuff that's in the house.
Right.
this is actually, yeah, it's really cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's just not one all or
It's the kind of house I would have.
Well, no, I mean it's not like
All secret doors.
it all
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense now that the family's been slowly accumulating these things, but at the same time,
The manner in which they're hidden is all
but
different.
the manner in which they're hidden is all different, and it shows that the family doesn't trust each other in some ways to actually figure out the solution to the curse. Like they're not all on the same page.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
mean, that might be a little bit of a deeper.
Well, I just like
analysis than like maybe they were going for.
yeah, but I like the idea that some of that's been lost over time because like the knowledge hasn't been always continually passed.
Yeah,
It's not
they
this
keep getting murdered by
Yeah.
vampires.
right. Yeah, it's not this
Yeah.
this outright purposeful obsession where they come home every single night and are like, let's use our secret powers to discover vampire death.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this is.
I found that the whole I don't know if they revealed it yet, but that Dracula is the son of Boris or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was like a weird, just out there kind of thing. Like I don't. feel
Okay,
like
the
that needed to
magic
be-
that just happened right now is a little bit intense.
Yeah.
I love that it's secretly the map.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't love that the password is "in the name of God, open this door" because it seems so like something
Seems
that
like
just
something
would
you
have
would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's a thing-
accidentally
Yeah.
said.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing you'd be screaming in this castle anyway if shit didn't open right away. Like that mirror would be freaking out all the time.
I mean, it's totally their speak friend and enter moment.
Yeah,
but they just
exactly
they didn't quite have it.
Tolkien time.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has consistent snow, unlike Jack Frost. So it would be funny to me in this scene had like Kat Dennings been cast as Kate Beckinsale's character, because then she'd just walk through chest first on the other side. Of the
This actually doesn't look terrible, and I think it's because they get away with it with the ice effect.
Yeah,
certainly.
The
Yeah,
shattering.
that's fine.
They don't have to be as.
They use this
precise.
a lot actually in the movie. They've used it
Yeah,
twice
well,
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen Dracula get out
Or
of the
3
tomb,
times.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
him and his
Yeah.
wives,
And it's
going
a
into the thing, but you don't know the context of like what's going on there.
it's a great trick that they pull. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like
I
here,
seen
yeah, yeah.
that. I seen that.
But what does it mean?
Yeah,
This looks
like
like-
I was confused by it. Now I get it.
This looks awful though.
Yeah, this
Now
looks
on
like
this side.
Irithyll from Dark Souls 3, which hopefully someone will
Hashtag
see.
bad white privilege. Daddy built him a castle.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he turned into an evil demon lord, and he's like, "Well, you have to go to jail, but it's special castle jail."
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl.
This mirror cannot prevent comic relief.
You gotta bring him.
That's
Okay, bye.
It's good. That's funny.
to me right there, Max. I think that hints back to the Vlad the Impaler
Yeah.
reference
On the
right there
trees.
on the trees. Yeah, I think that's a really cool little subtle thing that they do.
Yeah, I feel like from like a cinematography standpoint, like this movie has a lot of really cool shots.
Sleepy,
absolutely.
Sleepy mountain shops.
Well, it's a movie that like a lot of the bad movies that we watch, they got a lot of money for special effects and sets and everything else, and just went with that and figured that
the
could make
story
up with
suffered a little.
Style over
story and writing.
substance.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's common, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you found the boots of jumping.
What?
He's a
He's
werewolf
getting
now.
werewolf powers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Aww. I just feel bad for
He's a
him.
werewolverine.
There you go.
He's already very good at this.
Yeah.
That's like his thing.
Yep.
So,
Set on loan from Khazad-dûm.
This looks like a background from like Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
I had the image of Frankenstein being dragged down this hallway and just freaking out every time he passed a torch and then calming down and then freaking out every time he...
I love this scene.
Yeah, that's
coming up.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the
not
good
not
stuff.
the shuriken thing.
But the
Just the exchange that's going on here. I'm gonna encase you in some ice first.
yeah.
Oh.
There are no dentists in Transylvania.
No.
No,
There's
no.
no need.
If you were a dentist, would you work on Igor?
Well, apparently he has enough money to get dentistry.
Because he's being paid by Dracula.
This is an awkward resumption of distress here in a moment on the monster. Watch him.
But why do you know that?
Watch him when he looks up.
Because he was hanging out at the very beginning of the movie, remember?
Yeah, but he
Just a
already
very
knew
dramatic
that
Yeah.
he was bitten. So why'd be like, oh, by the way, Dracula has a cure somewhere.
Because he didn't think he could get to Dracula's special
he got
house.
immediately like shot by the
Yeah.
by like the stun thing.
You clowns would be dead if it weren't for Carl.
Yes.
A magic painting told me this.
Good movie.
No,
good
I'm
old-
not.
Like, Carl, none of this
Yes,
makes any
I
sense.
am.
You just got syphilis from the barmaid.
Oh. Transylvanian.
They're not hallucinations, they're prophecies.
Yeah.
Was it weaponized syphilis? Ooh.
Whoa.
I like how he calls it a laboratory as
Yeah.
opposed to a laboratory.
There it is.
Yes, we know what that is. You didn't need to dramatically unfurl your.
Right.
Well, this time
phallic
they had to prove
symbol
to us that it
of
wasn't
silver.
the
Not the dart thing.
not the dart, the blow dart.
You know what? I'm gonna get Carl's haircut. It's settled.
It's a look.
I wish
Yeah.
Carl would have just walked up to Igor and been like,
Listen,
Yeah.
they're gonna kiss you guys. They're gonna kiss right now. Like,
Ooh, I'm gonna get the lip lock.
Save my family.
Another just weird thing that happens all the times is character A tries to leave abruptly. Nope, come back.
Nope.
No, come back.
yeah, I don't like it when the girl tries to leave like that. And the guy's like, "I'm gonna grab you."
Yeah, hold
like,
on.
ugh, that's actually like really bad in Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Well, she goes in for it.
yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
Well, out of frame, he's just grabbing her by the vagina. I heard that's what you do.
Ooh.
"Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's the El Charo talking, probably.
Do not.
that'll give away about the time that we are recording this movie."
Yeah, hi. When we're recording this, Donald Trump is still not president. Thank
Ho-
goodness.
Oh boy.
He looks like Harry Potter when he
Just
walks
a
in.
goon.
He's a happy boy. He's just like, yay, my machine,
So
my baby.
remember how scary that tunnel was in the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder?
No,
Can you
because it
imagine-
wasn't ever scary to me.
It was what the chopping off of the head of the chicken? That terrified me.
I don't remember that. I remember
scary
the
it
snake
would,
on the face, but
how scary it would be in this universe.
Oompa, oompa, doopa dee doo. We're going to shoot some lightning through you.
If it works, these babies will live.
What a bizarre plot for this movie.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
Well, I
exactly.
think it answers the question of can vampires reproduce other than through biting?
But does that really
why?
answer
The
the
question no one
that's-
ever
no one
asked.
is asking
Yeah.
that. No one's like, I wonder what happened. Like, no. Nobody wants to know that.
I mean,
there's a lot of questions that
Vampire the Masquerade answered a lot of questions about vampires. And that was
many.
one they
Too
even
many.
didn't feel the need to answer.
I'm sure there's some fan mod for Vampire the
don't
Masquerade
worry.
Bloodlines that covers that.
exists.
Because that game still has this amazing fan support 12 years after it's come out.
That was my first ever role-playing game that I was introduced to.
I always
really?
had a lot of interest in that. I never played it though.
I never
The
played it either.
PC
but
game
I
is really
found
good.
out about it.
But it's written by Obsidian, so of course it's really good.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
We actually played a lot of Werewolf in high school.
Really?
Ew. I always wanted to play Changeling really bad. That's the one with all the fairy shit.
Yeah.
And that's
They all take place in the same universe, from what I understand.
and this is the White Wolf portion
The White
of the.
Yeah, let's just completely digress from the fact that we're watching a movie and talk about White Wolf.
This is far more interesting than anything that's going on right now. By the way, anyway, don't worry about it.
So this is the cure for werewolfism.
Yep, which apparently just is blood in a syringe.
Yeah, and for no technically justifiable reason, it now costs 400% more than it used to.
You are killing it with the current events, my dude.
Yep.
Word.
Hey, look,
Look at salt lamp.
it's rope soup.
Yeah,
again.
it's gonna start coming out
Yeah.
like a snake charmer. It's just gonna start floating out of there. These dwargy things are not great.
That one guy I like that's in front of the switch array for the entire scene just continually moves switches up and down
Just
You!
just to do something.
Yeah,
Throw
it's
some
the
levers.
Invader Zim / Emperor's New Groove switch theory.
Yeah.
That's
Those
awful.
Are scary.
It looks like a
They're
piranha.
people.
I
Yeah.
don't like those guys. Look at that pink light.
Yeah.
That's how she looks in real life. It's just makeup otherwise.
Why would you?
One
know
thing
that?
I've learned:
Carl-
never be the first to stick your hand into viscous material. Oh, haven't we all learned that?
Oh, that's scary.
Takes me back to college.
If they would have done that through the whole movie, the distended
Yes.
jaw thing is way cooler.
She scared me. I was scared of her. Her chin split open.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I liked that.
I mean, it's kind of just the Predator. But
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's scary.
yeah.
Not viscous material.
Ignore the fact that it hasn't dissolved the syringe.
It's a special syringe. Come on.
That's not how acid works.
Have a
Ryan.
little faith.
All right, Kemi. All right.
Oh no.
You're purdy.
That's scary too.
I didn't know Courtney Love was in this movie.
Oh.
I don't get it.
Courtney Love?
I don't understand.
No,
why
it's
is
not
that
that-
Courtney Love?
It's not that funny.
No.
Bad joke.
He's just being mean.
More
Backflip.
flips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes!
She's like, your tactic is adorable.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everything that just happened was great. Hey, guess what? She's got some blood dribbling out of her mouth. That's my thing. Yay!
I thought it
That's
looked more
cool.
like strawberry
That's cool.
jam.
It's raspberry jam.
It's totally blood. She just had a yummy snack while we were not looking
Yeah.
at her. Power was running away and she was like, hang on one sec.
Nope.
Yep.
Probably not.
Well,
That's not going to happen.
Apparently,
for you, my
lightning
dude.
can destroy stone.
time to rethink all my life choices.
Carl's
I
made
should
a
have
lot of
never
mistakes.
left the Abbey.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but you know what? He got to get his dick wet, though.
Right.
Yeah.
It
So,
happened.
so this trip has been a win for him.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
he's
Dude.
accomplished all of his goals.
Wet Igor is way more repulsive than dry Igor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hair getting flat is
Yep.
bad. It's bad.
Moist Igor is not
Product is
pleasant.
just
Yeah, we
gone
don't
from
want to
his
have
hair.
this wet man chasing Chuck.
No one wants that.
Cameron
Leave me alone.
Cameron Wetman. But I can't unscrew a pregnant chick. Whoa! Van
Oh.
Helsing jokes.
I love his voice.
Yeah,
You're
it's
so right.
yeah, it's
I liked
awesome.
I liked his emphasis on friends.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Voice Far Off when he
Instead of
sings
just
hot
being like,
words.
he's like, oh.
He's doing almost like a Tim Gunn Frankenstein.
Tim Gunnenstein.
Yes, thank you, Ryan.
Oh, I love it.
What am I
Oh
watching?
God, we're Batman Forever.
Literally,
No,
what is this?
no.
Oh, Oh, the baby.
Riddle me this, bat babies.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Right.
Wow.
Hey,
Dwergy rope soup.
that's how you get rope. You
Yeah.
put dwergies in.
One- Dwergies in boiling
final
water.
beam, and then I shall be free.
They're just secretly rope. That just is not good.
No.
It's not up to par with the rest of the movie, which
No,
is
it's not.
weird because he's kind of the main bad guy.
Yep. And he has like those little itty bitty vestigial wings.
Whee!
Proper use of vestigial is supported.
Yes.
Toasty, wee. Third fighting game reference.
Yeah.
You done it.
Yeah, right.
For how big
Did
he
the hat
is,
trick.
Yeah,
he
that
is
little
so
itty-bitty
not
chain.
strong.
Yeah.
I
Considering
only
the
got a little bit left, but quickly. A toast to Mortal Kombat.
oh, certainly
They had a vampire character in Mortal Kombat.
they did.
I want to say Nahiri.
Ooh, favorite Mortal Kombat character, go.
Scorpion, hands down.
I liked Rain.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Go for like
Rain.
the third palette swap.
Yeah.
Scorpion followed by Baraka.
Ooh, yeah, Baraka's really good. Mm-hmm. He's happy he's got that Melina face. It's nice.
I liked lightning bolts.
What about you?
Fast-paced instrumental music.
I like Baraka a lot.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Mine is Frost.
Baraka Obama.
I think you and I made that joke like 9
Probably.
years
That's
ago.
probably not original to this moment.
No.
That's okay.
I want to see a movie
It's
of
okay
just.
to do a good thing multiple times.
That's right.
I want to watch a movie that's
Giggity.
just wet Igor chasing Carl around.
Let's make a
Lightning
gif,
rod.
you guys, of what Igor chasing Carl. Just forever.
Yeah. I mean, you should probably do exactly that. Goodbye. Goodbye. He's gone. He's dead. That's it. The movie has ended.
Nope.
Aw.
Yeah, stay
That
on.
was a very awkward shot.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do like
it
that
was
he keeps
out,
zapping
zoom
the
It was
thing.
in.
like close on his face and then it
And-
zoomed out. It was
and-
very strange. It
and
didn't
just-
give me the sensation of
Right.
falling.
Being like temporarily fixed to his chest was
This
just
is
weird.
cool.
Yeah, this is neat.
Yeah, I like this.
It's neat, but again, they spent all this time being like, she's in a dark room with that's lightning and it's supposed to be scary. That's way
it's-
creepier than
Yeah.
the.
It's precisely the exact same problem that they did in the werewolf.
With the wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right, right.
suspense.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like that whole quick sequence right there is way better than anything that the Vision brought to it.
Agreed.
Yeah, I feel,
I think
and
it was a
also
lot of,
I
think it
feel
was a lot
like,
of just like showing off CGI, but
Yeah.
Go
Fair
ahead,
enough.
Jess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
but from like the like story and characterization standpoint, like if we're not meant to sympathize with the character, we shouldn't get the vision of the character.
okay, fair enough.
Like we shouldn't be seeing through the eyes of a character that's a villain.
Yeah, I think it only works when the vision is vastly different than
Ooh,
what the
or in Evil Dead.
Obviously.
yeah Evil Dead when you have like that,
Or
You have,
moving
like,
through the
horse-
woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
yeah.
2x4
or
camera.
in, Predator.
Predator,
It's like
yeah.
a clearly
Certainly.
Yeah.
alien
Yeah, yeah.
perspective.
I think that like we should. Oh, goodbye.
See, swinging. The
That's
movie is
nice.
perpetual swinging.
Yeah. It's Pitfall.
Pitfall.
Wow.
I have played a great many hours of the original Atari Pitfall, and that game is
Nice.
fucking
Yep.
hard.
It is impossible. It is a
Yeah.
bad, impossible game.
Also, E.T.
perpetually on fire. Did Dwergy.
This is the burning Dwergy Hall.
Look at this
Yeah.
acting, you guys. The acting.
Do you think he's hurt?
Yeah, he's. In
I don't
pain.
think he's hurt.
Like, no, you're not understanding the acting.
I like how when his
Yeah.
wings come back in, they fold over like his coat.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Correct.
It seems like something to be like, nah, you're
No,
wrong about
no.
that.
You
Even
need to
Yeah, like why don't you
start the
lie?
reactor.
yeah.
Do you think that Dracula wants to die?
No.
Because he's all of his kids.
Oh yeah, he's got to be dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hugh
Again, the
Jackman
skin,
is
the skin
Jack.
looks awful right there.
Yeah, that was pretty
This
bad.
one is nowhere near as
Yeah, this ain't as
nice.
good as.
Which is again surprising.
The
Laughs
the snout
sinisterly.
extending was odd. I mean, I could see they're trying
It's
to go
because
for the
they
line.
gave him his regular
They-
face first.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of trying to do like the Lon Chaney Wolfman
Mhm,
and
mhm.
then going to the full canine. But
This is it. This is
let,
This
all
is what
this
we
movie
came
needs
for.
now is Ken Watanabe going, "Let them fight."
Yeah. I I'll say that I was really disappointed by this final fight.
Yeah.
Well, they're both CGI, so it's hard to feel like the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it kind of speaks back to what you were talking about, Jess. That like Van Helsing for most of this movie is just a just a dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's just a guy fighting against this horrible creature, and pulling away from it to make it just two CGI monster fights doesn't.
Yeah.
It loses the David and Goliath gravitas, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like they
I
were
love
like,
this.
People aren't going to be satisfied unless we have vampire vs. werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and
the-
it's like
Yes.
This fight predates Twilight. Sorry.
Well,
friend. Yeah.
it's one of those things where, like, we were talking about Underworld being there too. Like it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they link into each other, and it just doesn't. I don't know.
Well, it sort of ties into like.
I mean,
the
in
different sides of
Underworld,
humanity
that's
and
the
everything.
point of the movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you like I'm okay with that one because I mean that's where they're going with it.
Yeah,
but,
they're like, you're here to see that.
yeah,
Right.
But like with this movie, I feel like they had the opportunity to make him, like, I don't know, I just am disappointed that they had to make it because like you don't get to see his face during the fight, like the climactic fight of the movie, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Well-
you want to be able to like watch Van Helsing, the hero,
Win.
Like-
fight
Yeah.
Dracula, but instead you
Not
see
generic
Man,
big
werewolf.
werewolf.
you see CGI dog,
Yeah.
and you're like, no.
It also really like defeats the whole gothic horror tropes, which all the monsters of gothic horror, they're all enhanced humans, and it's man fighting against the enhanced human of
Yeah.
the werewolf, the mummy, the Dracula,
The
the
Dracula.
zombie. Yeah. So when you reduce it to gothic horror versus gothic horror, it's like it loses its gravitas.
Yeah.
It becomes
It
gothic
takes away from
horror.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Zing. See, I like,
That makes no sense because it wasn't explained.
yeah. But I like
I
Dracula
like the idea
during
of
this
Dracula
fight.
feeling like he's being like he was used like by God. Like what?
So that
I just like him in this fight because they're in the middle of this fight and he keeps transforming back and then being ridiculous and then getting into the fight again. Like he's
Yeah.
he's putting in just enough effort to be annoying.
yeah. The only way I can make sense of like
It's just-
him being used by God is again going back to like the Bram Stoker Dracula, where they romanticize it by him. He was like a soldier for the church, and then like his wife commits suicide, and the priest is like, "Nope, she's not going to heaven because suicide." And he's like, "Blah blah blah, I denounce God." Blah 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 blah. So that's the only way
Like
I
he
can
was
make
taking
sense.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great right here.
Yeah. Carl's got a hell of an arm.
Yeah.
I know. He's like just throwing stakes, throwing syringes.
Right.
Everybody's wet now. Yay!
Again, another really bad death scene.
Man's natural form.
What is
being wet?
happening?
She looks like someone
Yeah.
threw a gremlin into
Ugh.
water.
That's
It's
terrible.
like she drank a bunch of Coke and ate a
She
few packets of
basically
Pop
turned
Rocks.
into Slimer, and
Right.
it's bad.
Right.
It's just hard to empathize with CGI dog.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I just want to see Van Helsing, go through all this as himself. Like, obviously, I understand, like, he has to turn into a vampire or whatever, or
Yeah.
a werewolf, I mean, but, like, why couldn't he be, there we go.
I just figured that what they were going to do is kind of play off of the not him being Tarzan right there, but off of the whole like he's a werewolf, but Dracula doesn't know that, so they'd get into a fight or whatever, and then he'd just be like he'd pull the stake out, and Dracula would do something like ah ha ha, and then he stabs him, and then he starts to transform, and they save him at the end or whatever. But
Right.
the like secret victory. I do like the way that it does end eventually,
Ooh,
though.
we're getting more lore. We're getting more
Yeah,
lore,
so,
you guys.
like-
Wait,
Yeah.
it has an end? This stops at some point?
Yes. Yeah, this movie doesn't continue forever. I promise.
Oh, no.
I can't recall actually seeing that finger.
They never show that hand
Right.
through the movie.
Oh, okay.
I feel they had to when he was clapping, and I didn't look. You know,
I think
talk
he's
about the
wearing
heartbeat.
gloves, though.
You might be right.
So they pulled a Prestige on us.
Yeah.
Ooh. One of the best movies ever.
That looks looked cool. What just happened looked cool.
Yeah, like the face split.
Yeah.
And
that doesn't look great.
Oh, that looks so bad.
Yep.
It's
I
like
got
the
some
penguin at
issues
the end of
with
Batman
that.
Returns.
No, stop. Oh wow, it just happened. That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty gone.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Just fucking okay.
Bye, Dracula.
And then
That
popcorn.
That was
there was
a
like
really
no
bad sound effect.
Ugh.
On loan from HR Guide
Why
to
is this
Swiss
in slow
Chalet.
motion? For God, indeed. Oh no. I like that they didn't like hedge away from the religious aspect of this.
No, because when they pretty much said that he's like the left hand of God,
Yeah.
Angel Gabriel, they kind of can't.
No, but I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of like vampire movies like try to take out like the whole crosses and like Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on like what origin story quotation fingers you want to go with. So.
No way, dude. Dude.
Way.
Yep. They go for it.
What?
They just go for it here at the end.
They do not.
Yep.
No.
Cue the Cure. Or Morrissey.
Yeah.
What?
Now, this is one of those things where, like,
Oh.
just movie continuity kind of annoys me. And you can tell that he's cured right there. It's a real subtle thing, but he's cured because he doesn't rip his werewolf skin off to become human
Yeah,
again.
Oh,
he
that's
just
nice.
kind of she
That's
sheds
nice.
it.
Yeah.
He just like becomes regular.
But
This is sad.
But 5 minutes ago, she got knocked off of her swinging rope into stone 4 times and was able to recover and
was
climb
fine.
up the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you know when it happens, it happens.
I mean, I get what they're obviously that's not the kind of continuity that I need to be like nitpicky on, but it's
Right.
one of those things where like if you're gonna kill her, like maybe she should have been thrown off a building
That
or
was
something.
Maybe it's a cumulative
Terrible
effect because she's
transition.
gone
Could be.
through all that
Well,
stuff
they
up
need to
until
have
now.
this touching
This is
seaside
Gladiator? Oh, no.
funeral.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Pink.
I mean,
Viking
you
funeral.
You can get picky on that continuity. I got picky on the whole. How long does it take to get to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucharest and back?
As a someone of Danish descent, I'm happy that he gives her the proper burial here.
A Viking.
Needs more boats though.
I ate some Danishes earlier that are going to descend through me soon.
Heyo.
I'm sure they'll ravage your
Oh my god.
your shoreline as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
There he is. I like his head. I like that his head is a dance
Yeah.
party.
Franken Rave.
It's so good.
Ravenstein.
Where's he going?
Away from those losers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the cliffs of Dover with an orange filter over him.
I feel like when the color balance really like most turns me off is when there's no white. Like there's this like whenever there's like a big open like expansive sky or like the fire, like there's no like white. Like,
yeah.
Just wait for this, Ryan.
Oh, boy.
Wait for this.
I'm so excited.
Van Helsing, King of the Slayers.
What is
I have a
happening?
quest for you.
Is it the sequel?
Oh, stop groveling.
And there she is.
Yeah. Sentimental instrumental music.
We're going to start doing some pottery? What's
What is
happening here?
happening?
It's
Oh,
she's with her family,
She's
and they're
with
gonna.
her family
She's
in
with
the
her
sky.
family.
Yeah,
Look at that hair.
it's gorgeous hair.
She's got some locks, man.
Dang.
The
He
wig
looks
budget
really
went up
handsome
at the
right
end.
Right. It's a sad. It's raining. Sad cloud.
Yeah,
Yep.
Raining is just sad clouds. Simba.
I thought that's where you were going initially, James.
no, it's
No.
Considering
That
Jess's
whole
comment about
sequence
the Lion King.
is
Kung
just
Pao did it better.
yes. But pretty much that can be said about anything.
Right.
I wonder if Carl actually saw that, or he's just like, buddy, it's okay. Sometimes I look at clouds too.
Yeah, right.
He like interrupted his like
His
funeral
Latining,
thing
yeah.
to like
Look at some fucking clouds.
I don't understand.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty happy you're dead.
Yeah.
Plus, I still got my hat.
Custom.
Ugh.
Time to go
Onward
kill
to
more bad
adventure.
dudes.
Yeah. I mean,
Stonehenge, apparently.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay.
They should have done the post credits, stinger with him like riding Loch Ness monster viciously, trying to stab it to death or something.
Well,
Did we do it?
yeah, we are at the end with the cool ice. Yeah, written and directed by Stephen Sommers.
And then this like Tim Burton ass
Yeah.
credits. What?
I remember watching these credits and them being like, "Ooh, I like these credits."
They look nice.
Yeah.
No opening credits. Huh.
Yeah,
How
we're
about that?
doing the Chris Nolan thing.
Here he is, the DP.
Yep.
Good job most of the time.
But yes, that is Van Helsing. So
These are the people who I'm not a fan of.
the film editors.
The film editors
boy.
that made everything pink and purple. The
Yeah.
entire movie is pink and purple.
So as always, well now, would you view again and would you brew again? Starting over on my left, James.
Yeah, I would. I enjoyed the Nosferatu. I'd brew again, but I don't. For the cost of it, I think that there's better things you can get out there.
Okay.
I'd say that.
Okay. All right.
So, which I know is kind of strange coming from me saying that it borders on my favorite beer in the whole wide world.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
No. I'm talking about the there.
Oh, the beer.
The beer,
Yeah,
yeah.
this stuff is a little pricey.
Yeah.
So
It's good, but I just see for the cost per bottle, you can
Yeah,
get some really, really good stuff.
yeah.
So, and then the movie, this is, again, like I think in a lot of cases, and from what we watch here, these fall into my TNT movies. Where
That's exactly what I was going to rate
If-
this as.
TNT movie?
Yeah,
TNT
TNT movie is a movie that we've all defined as a movie that if it happens to be on TV, you'll probably just leave it on and do something else.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon,
Okay,
kind
bumming
of.
around the house.
Yeah, like I'm reading a book or playing a game on my computer or something, and I want some background noise, and I'll look up for the scenes I like or whatever. But you know, outside of that, so this is a TNT movie.
Yeah. All right, Ryan.
For the brew, it's for a hoppier beer. It's again, I like it. It's pleasant. I would drink this again. I probably wouldn't go out on my own and buy it for myself, but if it was around, I would drink it and not stop.
Yeah.
True of many beers, even for me, and I do not like
Fully
it.
concur.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's for free? No problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink some of that. As far as the movie, I mirror yours and James's thoughts. I wouldn't actively search an opportunity to watch this movie again, but if it was on, I'd be like, okay, I guess this is happening now. And
There's a character in this
I would
movie
watch
called
it.
Top Hat.
oh, well,
I think no, that's the Gravedigger.
yeah, that's Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my feels on this.
All right, Jess. How was your cider?
So for
Goddamn Dawson's
El
what it was. El
Charo.
Charo?
Spanish
Chavo.
for the Charo.
For this delicious mango habanero cider, I would definitely drink again.
Yes.
It is super tasty,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a treat to enjoy.
All right.
And as for Van Helsing, categorically, I would watch it again, even if it wasn't on TNT. I think that I could get a lot out of it watching it again. Like, because this was my first viewing since I was 14. I know you guys have both seen it. Like,
Yeah,
you've all seen
yeah.
it twice
Right.
since your initial viewings.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I would like to see it again, and like, what I would really like more though is to read the script.
Sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would like to read the shooting script. I would like to watch the documentary about how this was made.
Yeah, I want.
Like-
So the bonus features type
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
I want the
I
commentary for
want
this
those
movie.
good bonus features.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm fascinated by this movie's existence. Having watched it again, like, for the first time since I was small.
Yeah.
I wonder how many to speak to that. Even though it's only written by one guy, I wonder how much of his script got edited through studio notes because there's
I
a
want
lot.
to see this. I want to hear what the script doctors did to the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this movie feels like there's a lot has a lot of studio note kind of additions to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of stuff added to this movie to be like, the audience might not understand this, so you need to clarify this.
We need to explain this.
And the stuff that they explained is not the stuff that was interesting. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like they abandoned a lot of the stuff that was, like, actually, like, getting towards, like, that good core.
Yeah, I imagine if this movie got in the sequel, you would have found out why Van Helsing was cast out from being an angel or whatever.
Yeah, and you didn't get a lot of background as to like the nature of the Holy Order.
Yeah,
and like
right.
I don't know. I felt like that was the good shit.
Yeah, because I mean, aside from the opening of the movie and a couple of mentions later on, it's almost entirely absent from the rest of the film.
But I wish that we could have not. And I mean, I actually really like the sequence with Mr. Hyde, but I feel like that sequence was like the least necessary.
Yeah,
and we could have replaced that sequence instead of having like that cool action sequence. We could have had like a more dramatic exposition as opposed to like a more like the functional exposition.
I think that scene serves best as an example of like he's clearly kind of just a bad guy. And even so, when Van Helsing offs him, he's still like, okay, well, I kind of feel bad about this.
Well, yeah, it does build
there's a little bit of that, a little bit.
That actiony open sequence reminds me of The Mummy when it's at, they're at Hamanapsha or whatever, and Brendan Fraser's fighting off the Magi, who are like trying to like attack the place for some reason because Imhotep's there. So that's stylistically, I can see how you draw those two between like, oh, it's the thing with this other thing, here's this character, here's a different character.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dropping the audience into action to establish characters is totally not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I just wish that we had spent more time on, like, what I feel like is the main story, which is, like, Dracula and Gabriel Van Helsing. Like, their relationship and, like, their history. I would have really liked to see more. But, Max.
Oh, for me, yes.
What's your opinion on your brew?
On my brews, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really enjoyed this Nosferatu. I went on a brewery tour at Great Lakes Brewing Company a couple months back, and they're talking about like seasonal stuff coming out in a couple of months. I'm like, Nosferatu, we're doing some sort of terrible horror movie, and we're drinking this beer.
Perfect.
So I'm super glad that I was able to find it.
Mm-hmm.
This actually almost didn't happen, as I left the initial 4-pack I bought at home today before I came, and then had to rush out to find it again. Went to the place where I bought it earlier this week, and there was one left. So
drama.
Yeah, I was being like, oh no. I would have to get some other vampire-y beer, which I'm sure
smooth move X Max.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah. So as far as the movie goes, yeah. TNT Saturday afternoon. I saw it once in theaters when I was 14. I've seen
likewise.
Bits and pieces of it, throughout the years, like on TV, but hadn't sat down to watch it from beginning to ending.
It really helped launch Kevin Spacey's career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you think this movie would have done better as a musical?
Yes. Yes. I mean, it already kind of was with the Frankenstein
the weather
monster
outside is weather.
Yeah. He has a very, very lyrical voice. We pretty much discussed in this like why we thought this was a bad movie throughout this last little sequence, so we don't need to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so Jess, thank you for coming on.
Yes, thanks very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's always
thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
It's always a pleasure and surprise to have someone that will put up with us for 2 hours. It's great. Thanks.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to plug? Social media, stuff like that?
I have a Twitter and a Tumblr at Azaxi. That's AZAXXII. I post art and my thoughts and opinions on anime and movies that I'm loving and watching. So if you want to see some more of my great opinions, they're there on Twitter and Tumblr at Azaxi.
Check them out.
Yep. Lots of cool Steven Universe and Winter Soldier fan art. So
there you go.
Bucky,
I would
Bucky.
say 80% fan art and 20% like me crying about my day.
Sounds great. Yeah, all right.
I mean, fandom is my life, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's what we're all doing, kind of here.
Movie fandom.
We're just big beer fans and bad movie fans. So, as always, please watch and drink responsibly. We'll see you guys next time.
See you. Take care.
Good night.